The Force will be with you. Always.
You underestimate the power of the dark side.
My only hope.
The Force will be with you. Always.
The power of the dark side.
My only hope.
The Force will be with you. Always.
My only hope.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Where have you been? I wander off. Fine. You're not going to be a site inspector. If soon she doesn't meet that rough.
You underestimate the power of the dark side.
my only hope.
The Force will be with you. Always.
You underestimate the power of the dark side. Of the dark side.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
The Force will be with you. Always.
You underestimate the power of the dark side. Of the dark side.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates and another video, or I mean live stream here on YouTube. Because today I'm gonna show you guys some Lego Star Wars the Skywalker Saga gameplay. I'm not sure why this stupid thing here is blocking the green screen. Is that better? Still a little bit of a glow there. Why is that happening here? Maybe if we zoom in a little bit more, that'll be better. Good enough. That's good enough. How are you guys doing? I'm very excited for today because this is like the first time in I don't know how long that, you know, I've been at like a capture event, prepared videos for a week and just put out a crap ton of stuff at the same time. 4 videos out right now, 2 more that are ready to go, plus this live stream and whatever else you want me to cover with the gameplay. I just gotta disable this Nightbot alert. That was wrong. There we go. So yeah, how are you guys doing? I'm very excited to be here and chat with you all. I've got plenty of gameplay to show you guys. You might already have seen most of it if you have if you've seen all the videos. I mean, I've probably got like an hour of content out there already. If you add my videos together, I don't know, there's like 14 minutes, 22 minutes, 9 minutes, 7 minutes. Yeah, that's a lot of content. But in short, there's first of all, the 50-minute preview gameplay that we were all provided, and we got to see the developer play through. And then we have our own play session, which for me was, I guess it was 1 hour and 10 minutes. And yeah, some people seem to have gotten to play longer actually. But yeah, that's how long I got to play. So some people got all the way to the Death Star apparently. Colin, thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it very much, my friend. I hope there's force jump in this game. I used the Jedi characters a little bit, but now that I think about it, I mean, I think there's a double jump, right? I should know that, but I mean, I didn't pay attention to that particular mechanic when I played, and I didn't play a Jedi for too long because I was actually pretty slow compared to most people, because I thought we were just gonna play the same stuff as the preview, which was the first episode, Tantive 4. So I really took my time to like look for Minikits, destroy everything, get through Jedi. And then I was like, oh, 4 minutes left to the capture session. And I was like, shit, I could have gone to Mos Eisley. And some people even got to the Death Star because I think they got a longer play session. So I didn't get as far as some people did. But I tried to spend a lot of time digging into the menus and finding that kind of stuff, which I hope shows in my videos. It's getting really warm here. So let's see if I can open up the window a little bit. Oops. Like that. So yeah, Colin, appreciate the super chat a lot. If you guys, any super chats, donations, and also if you guys want to support the channel, keep these streams more regular, feel free to join the Senate, guys. If we get 20 more senators, it means another emoji, and the next one's definitely gonna be a Lego themed one. Not sure if we'll do like a Palpatine in Lego or whatever we'll do, but if you guys want to help out the channel, make sure to click that join button below the stream or in the description or in the chat. If you want to help out the channel, get some emojis, get some badges and stuff like that, I would very much appreciate that. Yeah, I was never huge into Lego games either, Paul, because I didn't play them as a kid, but I really enjoy this one. It's obviously like not just go in and do one slam and everyone around you die, so I liked that they made it a bit more, gave it a bit more depth, especially for like the blaster combat and stuff. So yeah, I appreciate it. Matthew, I'm glad you were able to tune in then finally. Obi, have you not watched? Haven't you seen the videos I put out the last 2 hours? Oh, Gerard, competitor cycle. All right, I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed the capital ship video. I did the best I could with it. We didn't get to play the capital ships, but I tried to go into the menu and collect as much information as I possibly could. Dapitzi, how's it going? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Is there going to be a video with all the starfighters? I should probably do that, to be honest. I have the footage of it. I went into the menu and showed all the and filmed all the starfighters, so I could probably show you right now. But we didn't have time to make, because like Sam made this little really in-depth video with all the characters, like with the images and stuff. I don't think we have time to do that, but I could just put it out there with like the gameplay of scrolling through the menu. But also we'll probably get to that here in my gameplay as well, once we start rolling that. I didn't actually try keyboard and mouse because we played through like a program that basically you connect to like a remote computer and play. So that's how we did it, and they recommended a controller, so that's why I didn't play with a mouse and keyboard. I think I would really want to know because I have a disability. Well, it seems like they have a lot of options to help people out with that. I mean, I don't know if I've covered that in videos before, where they have like auto aim and they have difficulty settings and a bunch of stuff like that will help out. Probably way more than old games, but yeah. Tim, I'll make sure I'll show you that here in the video. Was it the streaming quality or are those imperfections there? Which imperfections are you talking about? Here in the stream or in the gameplay I posted? Because as for the gameplay, that was actually filmed locally just so we wouldn't have imperfections. Like they basically, like, although for us the game was streamed, so it was sometimes it was a little bit choppy, but that was due to the connection, not due to the game, because all the gameplay we were provided was super smooth. Sam, how's it going, man? Sam has been the legend and made all the thumbnails for the videos and also the entire characters video, which yeah, he did a good job editing that, showing basically all the characters, what they're based off and such. I'm wondering if you can manually land on planets or if it's a cutscene. I think the landing itself is a cutscene, but you can, when you're in space, you can like you can actually aim towards the surface and click.
I am the Senate.
My name is. Thank you very much for being in the Senate for 37 whole months. I appreciate it a lot, my friend. Thank you. And the test worked successfully. So thank you very much. My name is. Did you play as the Senate? No, I did not, unfortunately. No, I didn't play the DLC. Can I ask you about the gameplay? In the gameplay, they sometimes looked really blurry, like the Star Destroyer in the beginning looks untextured, and the bricks were hexagon. I don't know. I didn't really think too much about that. I'm guessing that's in the cutscene, so. I do agree with some cutscenes. Like one cutscene I thought about was when they dropped the bombs on the Juggernaut. I thought that looked really weird, like it was completely unfinished. But it wasn't something that I thought too much about because I didn't notice any gameplay or any graphical imperfections in the actual gameplay. So yeah, I only got to play for about 70 minutes. It seems like some people got to play like 2 or 3 hours, so they got all the way to like the Death Star. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do that, so I only played. I only played for 70 minutes.
I am the Senate.
Tim, thank you very much for 38 months in the Senate. You and my name are almost at the same month. Appreciate it very much, my friend. Code Sheev, indeed, guys. Code Sheev for G Fuel, and join the Senate. Click the blue button below the little subscribe button, or the link in the description. I would appreciate it very much, guys. Thank you, Tim, and thank you, my name is, for being in the Senate for so long. What dictated who got to play what amount of time? I'm actually not sure. The most people I know got to play 70 or 80 minutes. Like there was like slots basically. So as soon as I was done, I was kicked off the servers, and then they had a new group join. So I'm really not sure why some people got to play for 3 hours, if they had some special arrangement, or if maybe they were like the last group of the day, so they got extra time. I don't know. As much as I wish I got to play that much and show you guys the Death Star and stuff, I'm just incredibly grateful that Warner Bros. Even invited me to this. And yeah, because like I had no prior connections to Warner Bros. Like I have for like with EA, so I'm very grateful that they invited me to this event, because it obviously meant I could put out a lot of content. And if you watched all the videos today, I would love to hear the feedback on them. We put a lot of time into them. I had like a 5. The one that's getting the least views now, actually, the gameplay breakdown. I thought that was going to be the biggest one, but instead it's the one getting the least views. I put a lot of hours into that one because I had like a 5 pages long document with everything, and then Sam completely overhauled the thumbnails, so I hope the videos are gonna do all right. I'm not expecting Battlefront 2 numbers, of course, but I hope they'll be able to bring in a couple of new subscribers as well. Thank you, Tim, appreciate it. Bardi, how's it going? Immortal Soldier,
The Senate.
my god, welcome back, Immortal Soldier. It's been a while since I saw you around. Royal Senator even. Look at fancy Royal Senator. Immortal Soldier also got that Streamboss. Thank you very much, guys. Get those sheaves in the chat. For my name is Tim and Immortal Soldier. Do it. Get those sheeps in the chat. Thank you very much. It is good. Where have you been, Immortal? It is good to see you. I like that those re-membership alerts and joining the Senate actually damages the Streamboss. Oh, my camera needs to be bigger, my finger cuts off. But yeah, the Streamboss up here. Anyways, it is good to see you back, Immortal. Thank you. Should we just... because I like answering your questions, but I should just put out the gameplay. We should just put on the gameplay in the background, shouldn't we? And then... if there's anything, I can pause, rewind, and I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit so it doesn't get too distracting. And if you see something, you're like, oh, what's that? Let me know, and I will answer it the best I can. I can't play right now, Bardi, but I do have this gameplay, I have the preview gameplay, and I also have some gameplay from Figgen. I know this is so weird without music, but they couldn't guarantee no copyright claims, so I was like, the preview gameplay had music, so if I record my gameplay without music, at least I'll have the option to choose between both, simply. So I'm sorry about that, but I hopefully you'll still find it enjoyable. I thought the character roster was fine. Like, sure, there's some stuff like Clone Wars characters in particular that I missed, like Cad Bane. Some of them will get in DLC, like Ahsoka, although that's not the Clone Wars Ahsoka, it's the Mandalorian Ahsoka. But I'm fine with the roster. I know people are nitpicking so much, like, why did they choose Mama the Hutt, who's also from the Clone Wars, when they didn't choose this other character? I don't know. There's like a million... yeah, there's like a million... is there no... There we go, there's the sound. There's like a million characters and decisions you could do. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the roster. Yeah, I don't know, Bardi. I really hate that basically every gaming event I've ever been a part of is always been a leak. Like, I don't understand how hard it is to follow an embargo, to be completely honest. Like it's not hard, but leaks have... I was honestly surprised it didn't leak earlier, because I saw how much people who were in that Discord when we did the event, and I was like, this shit's gonna leak. And plus, like, when EA does it, they have one usually person in charge of it, whereas here, like, I was with the Nordic marketing, and then there's a French and a German. So I'm surprised it only leaked like 3 days ago, because we played... Last Monday was the preview event, and last Tuesday was the play session. So yeah. In what my name it said, like the stream if you haven't already, and just bombard me with any questions you have, and if I miss something, I'm sorry for that. But yeah, here you can see me playing the first time. I went like full out, like you're supposed to play Lego games. I just broke everything, and yeah, that's why I didn't get very far, because I spent almost too much time probably exploring the first level, which meant that I didn't make it to, like, I barely made it to Mos Eisley, but luckily I got True Jedi. I found some secret paths and stuff, but yeah, I should probably have rushed through and gotten as far as possible, but I'm still happy I tried the exploring and what. What did you think of the level length? I thought it was pretty good, to be honest. I mean, obviously I played it like the slowest way you possibly could, but I think it was at this point where it didn't feel too short, but it wasn't getting repetitive either. I mean, sure, I wouldn't have minded if it was 5 or 10 minutes longer, but considering there's 45 levels, I think this is more than fine. Plus, I already spent a lot of time in like the free play area, which I didn't do in old games, so like there's a bunch of side missions and collectibles and stuff you can do there. So yeah, I'm fine with the length. Plus, like, for instance, the boss battle, I didn't get to play the boss battle, just to be clear, but I got to see it in the preview gameplay. That fight was like 4 to 5 minutes long, and the Dooku boss battle in the complete saga is like 90 seconds long. I actually got a video comparing them that I might publish like tomorrow or something, because I didn't want to flood you with too many videos at once. So yeah, it's still, yeah, I like that the boss battles are like probably one of the biggest improvements, if I'm gonna be honest. Was there a reason you play with controller? Well, they said because we played over, I don't remember what the program was called, but it doesn't really matter. Basically, I connected to one of their PCs remotely, and they said a controller works best for that. And I was like, sure, I don't mind playing with a controller at all. I said I was gonna play with a mouse and keyboard because of the aiming and stuff, but aiming was still really easy with a controller because it's not like a competitive shooter. So sure, I might have done a little bit better with mouse and keyboard, but I think I'm just gonna go with the controller, to be honest. I might try the mouse and keyboard on my stream once it's out. But yeah, that was the main reason. And I didn't want to have to switch mid-game because it was very complicated because I wasn't playing on my PC, I was playing on their PC, which meant that, yeah, it was like, I couldn't tab out and stuff. So that's why I just kept to controller. I think this game is gonna be worth the full price. I mean, I'm gonna buy it no matter what. I mean, I'm sure I'm a content creator. I don't know if I'll get the game for free. I might get it, but if I don't hear anything like a week before launch, I'm just gonna pre-order the game. But yeah, I genuinely think if you like Lego games, it's gonna be worth it because it seems to have a lot of content. No, it wasn't TeamViewer. It was some complicated program I've never heard about before. But yeah, it worked fine. Like the only performance stuff I noticed was a couple of lag stutters, and those were not in the game. They were just because of the connection to their PCs, because they recorded the gameplay on their PCs and then they sent that to me. So when I got that, I could see that the times when the game froze for me, it didn't freeze for them. So that had nothing to do with the game. It was just the connection. So I really didn't notice any like bugs or stuff at all. No, they didn't say anything about the 24th of March, actually. They actually announced the 24th of March trailer news after the event. So they might not even have known by then, or at least not the people who held the event. I don't know. I thought the HUD was pretty fine. I like the new True Jedi up there, way better than the old one. The combo meter to the right is the one that I'm still a bit like, I don't know, if you watch my video, you know how I talked about the combo meter, and it seems like it only affects studs. So I'm not sure if it's like 100% necessary. But other than that, I'm really happy with this, with the UI, everything from the objective tracking to the True Jedi to the stud meter, the map and stuff. It might just be the combo meter that's, I still don't know if it's a bit redundant. If it's just going to be for extra studs, I feel like the combos don't really matter. But I think there's more depth to the combo meter than I know. But yeah, we'll see. Lossie, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. There will be plenty more Lego Star Wars videos for sure. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff popping up on the screen, so that's why I tried to make that gameplay breakdown video, because it does get a bit overwhelming at first. There's a lot of things popping up. I think once you get into it, you probably won't struggle with it. At least I didn't. I felt like as soon as I understood what everything did, it was all good. But I suspect you can probably turn some of the stuff off if you want to. I'm not sure, but yeah. I totally understand what you mean, though. I thought when I just saw the preview gameplay before I got to play myself and before the developer started talking about everything, I was like, damn, there's a lot of this, it looks too complicated. That's what I talked about in my video, where I initially thought it looked too complicated, like the overcomplicated stuff. But then when I started playing and actually listening to the developer, I was like, yeah, this is fine. I haven't heard anything about any DLC case. They didn't talk anything about the DLCs at this event, just to be clear. So I didn't get to see any of the DLC characters, and they didn't mention the DLCs at all, unfortunately. Elliot, in episode 3, did they say that they skipped the battle over Coruscant? I think they skipped the battle in Coruscant. In the preview gameplay, they really like heavily cut everything down. Like, wait, let's see, we're at 8 minutes now, but just to check here, like, it took me like, the first level for me took about 30 minutes, and yes, I did play it very slowly, so you could probably do it in like 20, but about 30 minutes, and their entire play session was like the preview gameplay they showed was like 40 minutes for like for this level, for the Revenge of the Sith level, for the Last Jedi space battle. So they kind of heavily cut it down, which I think also includes the Invisible Hand. I'm not like I can't verify that for 100%, but I think we'll hopefully be able to play the battle over Coruscant. Considering how well they did the Last Jedi intro and the improvements to the space battle, I'd be disappointed if we didn't get to play the Battle of Coruscant. Hello there, Immortal. There you are. What happened? You joined the Senate and then you didn't say anything for a while. But yeah, it's great to see you again, man. Welcome back and thank you for joining as a Royal Senator. I appreciate it very much. I didn't do any Saber versus Saber combat. I only did Saber versus Blaster combat as Ben Kenobi, basically. Yeah, right here you can see like this secret place I found, which I think if you find like I don't know what I did. Yeah, if you find 4 of those places, I think you get a Minikit. So this is basically a little secret area that it was fun. This is kind of exploring I like to do, although I know I wasted a lot of time on it. I didn't get to play flying, unfortunately, the Pitsy. I only got to see them playing the flying, which you'll see here later as well. Just to be clear, the gameplay you're seeing now is me playing. Later I'll switch over to the developer gameplay, which shows a bit more, but everything you're seeing now is me playing. About 1 week ago exactly, no, 6 days ago. Immortal, I feel you, man. I totally understand. Man, I am not liking how warm it is getting in here already. Like, and it's only like 12-13 degrees outside. It's starting to become spring. Summer is gonna be a pain to live stream. I need to get like an air conditioning or something. I don't know. Oh well. I'm not sure how I feel about having to replay to get everything from multiple paths. Yeah, I think that's probably fine, because I don't think those challenges will be something you have to get, but they'll probably be if you want to get 100%. And haven't like all previous LEGO games required at least 1 extra playthrough if you're gonna get like the Minikits, usually 2 if you're gonna do like the super story. So I'd imagine you can probably do it in 2 runs, like once when you replay, you can do free play maybe and unlock all paths and all the Minikits. At least from what I've gathered.
Please don't say that again.
I know, right? My name is 2 PCs makes this place. I'm like, please, can we get some air in there? Open up the window, but it's like, come on, give me air. It's not helping really. I don't know why it feels extra warm in here today. How warm is it outside? I need to check. It's like yeah, 11 degrees. It's not too. It's pretty good temperature outside. I mean, 11 is not warm, but still, I don't know. I'm just sweating way more than normal. I have no idea why. Plus the pollen. I gotta hate the pollen. That's why I don't want to have the window open as well. The FPS stayed very smooth. I did not notice any FPS drops at all when I played. Are there any big good ships like Venator or Mon Calamari? Not when it comes to unlocking them. No. If you look at the most recent video I uploaded, it seems like I discussed that a little bit. The unlockable capital ships are only 5, which is Death Star, second Death Star, the Steadfast, the Executor, and the Trade Federation Lucrehulk ship. So it's 5 bad guy ships. And I think the reason for this is that you unlock them from capital ship encounters, where they engage you, and you have to defeat them, and then board, and then defeat the boss. And it wouldn't really make sense if like a Republic or Resistance ship jumped out of the blue on you. Even if you're playing an evil, like a bad guy ship, that's not really like what the Rebels or the Resistance do. But I still think there's other ways to get around that, so I did find it to be a little bit strange that there's only 5 bad ships. I would have loved to see like a Venator or something at least. But we still don't know how these capital ships are gonna work. They didn't show us that at all, so I'm curious like what you can actually do with them once you've unlocked them. So yeah, that's a little bit unclear. I didn't see anything about a character creator either. I don't know if there's anything in the menus about that. I tried to dig through the menus, didn't really find anything. And they didn't talk, the developer didn't talk about that either. I think this is an area that you can get, go through in free play, like you saw. That door right there, I wasn't able to open. Hello to Tertius. We don't have the official release times, no. Is Clone Wars in here? Not really. I mean, this is all focusing on the 9 movies. And not really the Clone Wars. There will be some Clone Wars characters, like the Mama the Hutt and Ahsoka will be in the Mandalorian DLC, and the Bad Batch obviously. But yeah, it's not a huge Clone Wars focus, but I would hope that they do a Clone Wars DLC beyond the DLC stuff that they've already announced. Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, you guys have seen me play through the complete saga and the complete saga and the Clone Wars game, and I actually have never used the character creator. I don't really understand what the point is. I'm guessing you create a character of your own, but I don't know. I just don't really have an interest in that, if I'm gonna be honest. Are you like? I don't know if that's because people want to create like their own Jedi or Sith, or if it's because they want to create themselves in the game or something like that. But yeah, I actually don't know. They didn't talk about that at all. How's the videos doing right now? I'm just gonna see if there's any comments I need to respond to. Yeah, like that. Zammb put instead of you know Biggs, he put yeah, he put Alex as Biggs in there. I thought it was pretty funny. How do you know how to complete certain objectives? It looks very complicated. It's actually easier than in old games, in my opinion, because as you can see, if you look at these yellow markers, they make it very clear what you're supposed to do. Like right here, you see, just if we pause here for a second, well, the objective markers actually disappear when you zoom in, which I guess makes sense. Or actually, it doesn't seem like it disappeared altogether, but let me see when I zoom out here. Well, you can still see this glowing thing here. That's like the objective marker for what you need to do this very second. But there's usually, when you zoom out, there's also an objective marker showing where your like ultimate goal is, or the next area. So let's see once I've defeated these stormtroopers here. Yeah, so I should probably be zooming out in a second here. Yeah, right here you can see like there's this right here, the yellow thing here that shows. Yeah, it basically shows how many meters you have left to the next objective. But right here, you actually gotta figure out stuff yourself. I mean, they make it pretty clear you gotta build this. I mean, that's like the old games. I did actually at first like struggle here, because I didn't really understand. I understood that I had to move the thing. But yeah, I'm going around trying out a bunch. I want to basically blow everything up. But the only thing I found unclear was that I thought you could push it, but I think you had to drag it or something. Let's see if I show here. Yeah, because right here I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna push this, and I'm like, oh wait, but obviously it's pretty clear, it's orange, so I should probably have been able to figure that out. I was like, why can't I push it? And I was like, oh wait, I gotta pull it instead. So it's like, I don't know, there was no objective that I got stuck on. Oh, actually now you gotta push it. Yeah, that's how it worked. I don't know if there's a way to turn off that indicator. That particular feature I forgot to check, but I would imagine there is. I'm glad you enjoyed the thumbnails, Papa Palpatine. I actually thought, oh, the voice acting, that's a good question. I didn't actually talk about that in a video when I think about it. The voice acting I personally thought was pretty good. Like, I don't expect like the best voice actors or the real voice actors in a Lego game, but I was like 100% happy with it, because you also gotta remember that the old games had no voice acting, and if you really don't want the voice acting, if you think it's like not perfect, it's not like the movies, turn on mumble mode. Mumble mode is the only extra that is available. Like, you don't have to buy it. You have the mumble mode activated. So if you don't like the voice acting, just turn on mumble mode. So for that very reason, I'm 100% happy with the voice acting, just because like it's a bonus. I think if they did not have the voice acting, people wouldn't have complained, because it's always just been mumble mode, so people wouldn't have expected more than that. That little detail right there when you shoot the rebel and he like touches his ass, like, oh shit, why did you shoot me? But yeah, there's a lot of fun small details in the game. Is it clear where you get all the collectibles in the open world, or do you really have to search everywhere for them? I think there's actually a map for it. I saw some other people posting images of the map, but I kind of forgot to use the map when I played, to be honest. But I thought it was fun to walk around and look for all the collectibles. But there's also rumors, which I talk about in one of my videos, rumors are basically something you can get for everything in the game. Unlocked ships, characters, missions, kyber bricks, minikits, anything. And you go into the menu, you find the rumor that you want, which is basically a hint, and then you can buy that for studs. So if there is a collectible you can't find, or a minikit you can't find, just buy the rumor for it. Or Google, obviously, but you can buy the rumor. They made that option in the game. So I think it's going to be pretty easy to find all the collectibles. Right here you can see me actually finding a minikit that you need 2 gonk droids to unlock. Unfortunately, the other gonk droid was locked behind the water cannon path, which I didn't take on my playthrough. So I couldn't get this minikit right here, but you can see it behind the wall. But at least I know where to get it and how to do it now. Unit, hello there. Yeah, I've got 2 more videos actually ready to go. I think I might have published too many videos at once. They're not getting the best views because it's like 4 videos at the same time, but hopefully they will gather interest over time. At least that's what I hope. That's pretty cool, Davin Ghosts. I'm not really expecting any other Star Wars games than Lego Star Wars, to be completely honest, at the future game show, but we'll see. I actually didn't try mumble mode. I'm sorry, I should have. I mean, obviously we get to hear a few seconds of it in that trailer, but I forgot to activate mumble mode. I was like focused on, okay, I gotta scroll through the menu and get all the ships, all the upgrades, all the characters, and then I gotta look for some minikits, and yeah, and then I forgot some stuff, so I'm sorry about that. Itai, I don't think they ever said there will be 500 playable characters. I think they said like 500 characters, and then there was like more than half will be playable. So I don't think they haven't downgraded the amount of players in the characters in the game, at least from what I remember. I never remember saying that over 500 characters will be playable, because I think it's a big difference between having the characters and having them playable / unlockable. No problem, Pablo. I'm here to answer as many questions as I possibly can. Considering that there seems to be a lot of customization possibilities in the game, I would be very surprised if you couldn't turn off some of parts of the HUD. At least I hope so. Another thing I probably should have checked, but we'll know sooner than later. No, we didn't get to try on the split screen. They showed it a little bit in the preview gameplay. That I'll show you guys that a bit later. But that was very quick. So I didn't get to try it myself. Matthew, I got contacted by Warner Bros. Or the Nordic marketing firm handling Warner Bros. Games, basically. And they asked if I wanted to join a preview event and get a hands-on session. No, I didn't get to play any flying stuff myself, but I... oh, no, exactly. Yeah, sorry, I misread. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't get to play any flying myself, unfortunately.
Time to get these plans to Tatooine.
Sam, I know, right? I just saw that comment as well. Wait, did that comment disappear? The one he left. I'm only allowed... I mean, Sky Kid, I'm allowed to show all the gameplay I've got, but I've only got episode 3 and 4, unfortunately. I don't have anything else to show you. Oh, there's the comment. Yeah, the game's performance was good. I did not notice. The only lag I noticed was due to my connection to their PCs, because they recorded all the gameplay locally, and that had zero lag. It was super smooth, as you can see. So yeah, I really didn't notice any, and I was surprised how well it felt to play the game remotely. I was kind of expecting some hiccups, but it worked great. Suti is doing very well, thank you, Matthew. Thank you for asking. Favorite thing about the playthrough? That's a tough one. I just like the combat, going over smacking. Right here, some good examples. I love the fact that both R2 and C-3PO was actually fun to play, and can actually kick some ass. Sure, it might not be how the old games were, but it's so much more fun in my opinion. I like being able. I hate that every time you have to switch to C-3PO or R2 in the old games, it just felt like a chore and not something fun. But here you can actually use them and, you know, have fun. So that's definitely a big highlight. And I just like going around looking for stuff, collecting. This game releases on April 5th. $300 playable and 500 NPCs. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Here's another multiple choice part here where you can choose a C-3PO if you either want to set off the fire alarm or blast them with the cannon. And I actually went for the fire alarm right here, because I did kind of the opposite of what the developer did, so I could show both parts. Favorite character to play as? I mean, I didn't play as that many. I played as Luke, Obi-Wan, Leia, Captain Antilles, R2, and C-3PO. So, out of those... That's a tough question, actually. Might actually be one of the droids. Maybe C-3PO. I'm not sure. The health regeneration, I should have probably talked about that, but as far as I understand, it's just like Battlefront or really any other game where you have this unlimited health regeneration. Like, your health goes down in combat, but if you go out of combat, it regenerates back up to full, and you have a health bar. I am personally glad that they got rid of the the hearts of the old games, both for boss health bars and yourself, and really any enemies. I think this is more fun and versatile and better than having like, oh, you have 4 hearts and now you're walking around with 1 heart and you have to try and kill someone and pick up a new heart. I don't know. I don't miss that feature personally. Some people might do, but I didn't really find that to be like a crucial or enjoyable part of the old games, to be honest. I don't think there's going to be a playable demo, no. I mean, the game is almost like, it's only like 2 weeks out, and they told us that this was pretty much the final build. So what you're seeing here is how the game is going to play out. So yeah, there's not going to be a demo. The game does have music, but I disabled it when I played for copyright reasons. You will see in the developer preview gameplay that there will be music instead. But I just wanted to play it safe, and I'm sorry about that. I hope it doesn't take away too much from the experience, but I thought I'd have like 50-50. Each level you got to play felt long enough. Some of them, I mean, I only got to play one full level because I was so slow down on the surface, and that was Tanty 4. But and Tanty 4 felt fairly short. I guess it was like 30 minutes here, and that's with me being really, really slow. Like I could have played through way faster if I wanted to. So maybe a little bit short, but when there's so many levels, plus I spent a lot of time in between the levels in the free play, which you didn't do in the old games. That way I don't really mind. Instead of having like unlimited corridors here where you just do the same thing, I thought it was a pretty good length. I'd rather have many levels and many hub areas than like playing a long time through the same level. There will be Mumble mode. Mumble mode is actually the only extra that is free in the beginning. I do actually have an extras video that I haven't published yet because again I had so many videos ready for today. Yeah, basically there's, I think it's about 20 extras, and one of them is unlocked as soon as you boot up the game, and that's the Mumble mode. I think it's because they want to give people the option to yeah, this was like one of the few glitches I noticed. I couldn't get to the actual beach troopers here. But yeah, so what was I talking about? Yeah, because they want people to be able to play the Mumble mode right away. How many hours did that say it would take to complete the game? I think they've said like 16 hours for just the story and like 50 hours if you want to do everything and get 100%. At least I think that's the numbers I've heard. They didn't tell me yet. I think here's the minikit I found, by the way. I think most people probably found this because it was just at a normal door here. Like, and one thing that they've instead increased the length of, like I mentioned earlier, is the boss battles. Like the Dooku boss battle takes like 4 times as long as the complete saga, and that's something I think they should focus on. So that's really good. No, the combat wasn't difficult. That's one of the concerns I had going into this event. Like, it's gonna be too complicated, but I barely remember dying at all. I think I died like when I like smacked an explosive or something, which is like my bad. But I barely died anything from the normal combat at all. So, and you could basically just go around and spam your either shoot button or your melee. Sometimes they will start blocking if you use the same attack too much, but just spam another button and you'll be fine. So there's definitely more depth to it, but you can still just go in and button mash basically.
My trick's gonna work on me. All the money.
I saw another video where Luke was pouring his blue milk in his cereal. Cereal before milk confirmed.
Da Pizzi. Are you serious? Actually, we might see that part really soon now. I'm actually not sure if you're joking or not, because that would make sense. I should have paid attention to that. But yeah, these cinematics are really funny, as you can see. They've added a lot of great humor to this game. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it very much, my friend. Thank you for all the super chats. Memberships, guys, if you want to help support the channel, keep these streams coming, get some rewards, join the Senate. Click the blue button below. But yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, my friend. We'll see. It wouldn't surprise me if that's true, because obviously he does drink blue milk, and you even get a freaking blue milk minifig if you pre-order the game. Or I guess get the deluxe edition, right? I don't remember. We could probably skip, or do you want to see this part? Well, first of all, you will see the level complete here, and then you will see me just scrolling through. Oh, wait, so was it Tim? Are you still watching? Because you'll see all the ships being shown here very shortly. Will you finish the complete saga? I don't know if I have time, to be honest. I will try, because I want to get back to streaming a bit this week, and I don't know if people will prefer to see this more for the week or the complete saga. I'll probably do some polls. Did you get to use any force powers? A little bit. I was just a little bit too slow. It seems like it's pretty easy based off the gameplay and what I heard from others, but again, I just spent too much time exploring here and recording the menus that I missed out on most of the Jedi gameplay. Alright, Tim, because I will let it roll then, because you will see, here you can see first of all the upgrades. These are the core upgrades, which affects all your characters, and this is what you use your Kyber bricks for. They recommend you to get this sprint here in the beginning. And then you have all the upgrades on the side there for all the classes, basically. Was this a surprise invite from the devs, or did you know about it? I guess it was sort of a surprise event, or I tried to like reach out to some people on Twitter through email, and they were like, yeah, I'll forward the information, and that was about it. So I was like, I wasn't expecting anything, to be honest, because I never heard anything back. And then this email just kind of popped up out of the blue, like, hey, do you wanna join a preview event, and do you want to do a capture session the day after? And I was like, hell yeah, count me in. Yeah, there's you can see here, there's always 5 minikits per level. I don't know why I decided to scroll through this, but in case you guys wanted to see it, I was like, I'm gonna show you everything. So if you get 5 minikits on a level, you will get this microchip, basically. Alright, the Pitsy. I hope work goes well, and thank you again for the super chat. Appreciate it, my friend. I don't know units. There are definitely a lot of extra abilities, and I should probably make a video talking about the upgrades, because I will be scrolling through them here in a minute as well. So we'll see if we spot something cool. Colin, I would say so, yeah. This game definitely contains everything that I hoped for and more. Like, yeah, better combat, better graphics, a lot of collectibles to have fun with. I'm personally happy with what I saw and what I played. I actually don't know. Case, do you have any idea of like what these microchips actually entail? Is that like a companion? Is it something you can actually fly around with? Because that's something they didn't talk about, and I obviously couldn't unlock that. So I'm not sure really, to be honest. I spent a little bit of time here exploring the open world / hub part here on Tatooine. Oh yeah, here's all the ships, by the way. I don't know if you guys, if you paid attention, Tim. Otherwise, I could always scroll back if you want to see it again. But yeah, you see all the ships here, basically. Alright, yeah, and you can see me also buy a rumor here, which is basically like I talked about, instruction on how to get something. Like right here, I bought a rumor for Darth Maul ship, and then it shows the unlock conditions. So if you really want a ship or something, you can buy the rumor to get all the information you need. Wishwa, hello there. I didn't think the cutscenes were any choppy at all. No, they looked fine. Maybe it did Papa Palpatine. I'm honestly not too experienced with the Force Awakens game. Here you can see all the upgrades. So as you can see, I mean, I don't know if I should pause at anything. A lot of them are like a little bit of extra studs, a little bit of extra defense and whatnot. Probably something that will... Actually, I didn't know. Increase how often defeated enemies will drop recovery hearts. I honestly don't remember seeing a single recovery heart when playing, because you don't have hearts anymore, so I'm not sure what that refers to, if I'm gonna be completely honest. But yeah, some are like yeah, like this, like hero terminals, which is something, you know, you saw me activate. It's like click up, down, left, right. You can bypass those, but you get bonus studs if you actually complete them. So there's like these small fun upgrades. So they've taken some extras and put as upgrades, and then added a bunch of upgrades on top of that, because I think the old games had what, 35, 40 extras. They only have 20 here, but they instead have way more upgrades. So it's overall, I really like these upgrades, and the fact that you can put those Kyber bricks into the classes that you most enjoy. This one, I don't know, color schemes to scout, climbing speed increased. I remember I saw some that had like explosives, receive stud discount from purchase in rumors, kind of boring. Like this one, if you hold right click, you will release when the weapon charge flashes to fire a charged shot. This powerful shot causes 25% more damage and bounces off surfaces. Like, that's brand new ability, completely different mechanic. That's like, I love to see that kind of stuff in the game. And this was for the Scoundrel, right? So I guess that's like Han. And then you have a combat slide you can do if you and that will also damage enemies. Piercing rounds, that's actually also really cool, that you can basically shoot through objects, because they do take cover a lot, the stormtroopers. So that's some detect enemies to the walls, and bonus studs for defeated enemies. Spread of bolts, shock grenade that disables energy turrets, and also shields by Droidicus. Grenades have larger explosive, extra ammo, training remotes that will help you out. So there's a lot of fun upgrades here. Enemies and civilians will have an increased chance of running away in fear. Oh, there's Force Crush. Repeatedly damage enemies grab with the Force. That's pretty cool as well. Boost the power of Force Lift. Hologram that distracts nearby enemies. Supercharged. Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of different upgrades here. No worries, Tim. I'll try to get you a video as well. Papa Palpatine. So what did those microchips actually do in The Force Awakens? Were they just like collectibles, or could you like fly them or have them like fly after you or something? I don't think there will be any microtransactions. I'm pretty sure they've like talked about no microtransactions, because I don't really know what they will have them for. I mean, they've already announced all these DLCs and character packs, so I think the max would be that they might add more DLCs down the line, and that's completely fine. There is co-op, yes. You could fly them, you could spawn them and fly on top of them. So they're like on the ground, not like in space. Yeah, here's all the extras as well. I've got a full video on this where I'll talk a little bit more about how the data cards work and all the extras and stuff like that. You will see that the most expensive one actually costs 500 million studs right here. Galaxy Rave, 500 million. That's the intro to the stream that you saw. The hub worlds. I mean, I guess the thing you'll see me exploring right here is the hub world, and that's what I like. Like, sure, the actual mission, the level, Tantive 4 was pretty short, but then I spent half the time walking around this area finding Kyber bricks, extra missions. I know there's a Gonk droid mission. I know there's a speeder bike mission. There's like a bunch of stuff here that I don't think the previous games had, at least not to this degree. So. And you naturally get here after you're done with the first level, and you can walk straight up to R2 and just continue the story, but you can also decide to walk around. And yeah, like I found a Kyber brick in a cave. There's a Kyber brick you can get for like throwing a tumbleweed into the goal. There's some what's it called? Those rats, Womp rats with Kyber bricks. There's a Jawa giving you a mission. There's a Gonk droid you need to protect to unlock a new character. There's a speeder bike race where if you get a gold medal, you get another character unlocked down here to the left, right where you see a marker. Yeah, so right there I continue the story, but right down there was a Wookiee that you needed to have C-3PO to talk to, or any protocol droid. I think I couldn't do his mission yet for some reason. So there's like a lot of stuff you can do that isn't part of the main story. Apple Tart, how is it going? Indeed there is Apple Tart. I hope you watch my videos. I'm sure you will enjoy them. I think the DLC stuff is purely characters and no levels. But I would love to, honestly. I know they don't really do DLCs for LEGO games, but this is a brand new engine, and this game is probably gonna do really well because it's like everyone's hyped. It seems to be living up to the hype. I would be very happy if they did a Clone Wars DLC that $30 or something that had like the greatest hits of Clone Wars. Because the Clone Wars game only had season 1 to 3, and I think they could skip a lot of that and just do the best parts. And with that, add the characters. I would totally be up for that. So right now you can see me, I unlocked the Luke Skywalker episode 4, and like always I was really slow because I wanted to explore every little area. So depending on if you want to see someone rush through the story, my gameplay is not for you. I tried to just see what this was. I think these ones are Force stuff, so you need to have a Jedi or Sith in order to move them. I could have just gone back when I got Obi-Wan, but whatever. I did unlock something here that I didn't really understand. Yeah, because you build that little bridge up to like a bubble bath or whatever it is. Oil bath, probably. And then yeah, you can see that pop up, the plugs and sockets. It's like a purple icon that shows that if something has that icon, it needs to go into another socket. And I found that the menu was a little bit confusing. I'm gonna see if I show you that in a second. But yeah, I do put the plug in right here. I think I'll show it here in a second. The thing up there, and it opens the door. But I thought on the map it looked like there was a kyber brick there, but I couldn't find the kyber brick. So I'm not sure if I misread the map. We'll see. Maybe you guys can help me understand. So I took this thing, I found it, and then I was like, wait, it's not supposed to be here. You see the little purple icon down left in the corner. And I haven't spotted it yet, obviously. I was like, where is it? There it is. And then I see it, you put it there, and the door opens up. This is all like open world. This is not part of the story. And then, yeah, Gonk Droid. Oh yeah, the Gonk Droid came out, and it jumps straight up there to the little bath. But after that, I didn't really do anything else. I wasn't sure what else you could do. But I think right here, I thought I showed the map. Did I not? No? Because I went in here and I hoped to find something cool like a collectible or something. But I don't think I did find anything in here, if I'm not mistaken. Unless I missed them. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there's a purple stud up there. I just saw that. I probably couldn't have reached there anyways with Luke. But let's see here. What did I do next? I think I looked on him. Yeah, because I thought the Gonk Droid here was something you were supposed to do, but I was like, I tried to smack this lid over and see if they could fall down into the oil bath, but that didn't work either. So I'm not sure if I'm missing something obvious here. When do I open up the map? I know, like I know I opened up the map and I saw that there was supposed to be a kyber brick. Yeah, here we go. I zoomed in because you can see where I am right now, and then I think I went over and looked. Oh wait, no, actually that's a rumor in there. So that could be for anything. I think okay, never mind. I think the kyber brick was out in the main room here. I must have misread the map. As far as I understood, the rumor was in here, and the rumor could be for really anything. I'm not really sure if it's a mission or something. But the kyber brick was out there, and you probably had to have a force wielder for it. I don't know if the rumor is for... No, right here you can see it looks like there's something I'm supposed to find in here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I was doing here, to be honest. I couldn't place R2 there. I could have gone with C-3PO up there, but I couldn't do R2 yet because he's stuck on the story mission. But I could probably have gone to that part of the story and then have gone back here. But I thought I couldn't just do too much. I had to hurry up a little bit. What episode has the most potential for content? That's hard to say. It could really be any episode. I'm excited to try out episode 3. Obviously I've seen some of it, but also I'm also excited for the Exegol actually. Like sure the story wasn't the best in the Rise of Skywalker, but the environments were amazing, and I want to see Palpatine there, so I'm excited for it. This is actually the open world in between. You can see here that I do have the main mission here. Ever since I got here, it shows up here an urgent message, find R2-D2, and they actually track it as a main mission. This is the story mission, but I don't have to do the story mission. If I go up to this blue thing here and I click continue, I will continue the story, but I decided no, I'm gonna go around and explore instead. So that's like this is part of the open world, but also part of the story, because you will do stuff around here if you choose the story, or actually you run over to Obi-Wan. But that was like, as you can see, this part is pretty big. You can go around and check out the buildings, and I will go to a cave. Oh, right here. I think I'm gonna skip this part, because I scrolled through all the characters, and there's already a dedicated video for that if you want that. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here until I actually start playing again. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Oops. Yeah, this is like the one time I died when I smacked an explosive. And no, Borna, they did not talk about any change in the appearance of the planets. I don't know, I kind of knew I was gonna die when I did this, but I was like, let's do it anyways. Gotta try it, you know? Trial and error. I like that they've made, it feels like they've made the studs like a slight stud magnet, if you know what I mean. I like, here's another collectible. I think if you find 5 of these, you get another Kyber brick, probably. I only found 1, but that's most likely how it works. But yeah, what was I saying? So it feels like there's a slight stud magnet. Not at all like the extra, and I think there, actually didn't see if there was a stud magnet. I think this place is actually for the droid, Gonk droid mission. I can show you that later, because I got that sent from another YouTuber. But yeah, it feels like, as you can see, the studs, you suck them in a little bit easier than in the previous games, which I really like. Oh yeah, actually, this is the one bug I noticed, or it's such a minor bug, but like throughout this session, this was the only bug I experienced, where I got stuck behind this thing here. I couldn't jump, I couldn't do anything, and I was like, shit, did I break the game? Though I couldn't attack, I couldn't jump, I couldn't do anything. But all I had to do was switch characters, and then we were fine. So it would have been a bit weird if I like if I had to restart the game or something. But yeah, Matthew, thank you very much for the $3 super chat. Appreciate it a lot, my friend. Thank you. All caught up now. Did you do any era switching? No, we couldn't do that, unfortunately. We could only play here on episode 4. You will see the pre-recorded gameplay that they show. Will be a little bit of Revenge of the Sith and a little bit of The Last Jedi. But when I played it myself, I could only do episode 4, unfortunately. Yeah, so here's another Kyber brick, just to give you an example of how you can find them. At first I was like, wait, how do you get this? Oh wait, follow the cord. Where does the cord go? It goes up. How do we get up there? We jump up there. It's like, I like that Golden Bricks took a bit more effort to unlock, but instead they have a lot of these, a lot of unlocks. It's fun. You get a Kyber brick every 5 minutes. It might sound like it's too easy, but there's 1,166 of them, so it's gonna take you a lot of time to get all the Kyber bricks anyways. So I'm actually not sure what this thing does. I just put it back there, and I don't know if it did anything, but yeah, that's one Kyber brick that I found. And I don't remember what I did now. I don't know why I went into the upgrades again. I think I'm running out of time here already. As you can see, I'm already like 1 hour into my play session. I don't know why I'm scrolling through this menu again. Oh wait, maybe I unlocked an upgrade that I actually forgot. Or did I not do that? Because I have 4 Kyber bricks now that I could use for something. I don't know, why didn't I do that? That was kind of stupid. I should have unlocked something cool here and actually tried it. But I think I got so stressed out that I was like, shit, I'm just gonna play further. But I should have picked a cool upgrade that actually does anything, and then something, and then showed it. But Matthew, thank you again for the super chat. Appreciate it. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate all the members as well. Re-upping and Immortal, thank you for rejoining the Senate. What is the difference between Kyber bricks and Minikits in terms of unlockables? So Minikits, you get these 5 per level, And when you get them, you get a microchip. And as far as some of you said in The Force Awakens, those microchips basically allows you to spawn in a little ship that you can fly on. But the Kyber bricks are more spread out across everything. You get some for completing a level, for doing level challenges, for getting true Jedi. And in the free world, you can get them for doing missions. You can find them like I did in a cave. You can find them from Kyber comets in the space that you destroy. And they're also they're also currency. Oh yeah, that thing up there you can actually get to if you force lift a droid up there. They show that in the preview, so I didn't think it was worth for me to do it as well. So yeah, they're more of a currency, since you can use them to upgrade your characters, your classes, in whatever order you want to, basically. But there's still a finite resource, so it's not like an unlimited currency. I would imagine at least that once you have gotten all 1166 Kyber bricks, you will exactly have upgraded everything. I would at least imagine that's how it works. I hope that answers your question. Hello, Rogue Console. Right here, yeah, this was such a waste of time. I don't know if I did. I think I talked to this Jawa and I got a rumor for a mission, which is like, this is basically again, this rumor is something you could have gone into the menu and bought. But I thought this was a mission at first, but it's a bit different. This was more like it is a mission, and you get an escape pod for it. But it was so stupid, because I spent a bunch of time now going over there, and this is actually where the drop pod dropped down after the first mission. So I think I could have done this right away if I would have just paid attention. Because now it's like, first of all, I don't know why I'm doing this. You don't need to use the grappling hook here. You need to use the grappling hook to get back up, not to jump down. So I don't know what the hell I was doing here. Just wasting time. But yeah, you need R2 down there at the escape pod to finish this mission. So I wasted another 5 minutes here trying to explore unnecessary stuff. But it was fun. It shows how you normally play a Lego game. I've talked to the Jawa. He was like, there's an escape pod. I'm alright, I'm gonna check it out, see what it is. And then if I go over there, and if I would have actually done it in like proper free play, where I could have picked R2, I could have unlocked the escape pod as, I guess it's a ship probably. But I couldn't switch to R2 here because he was stuck over there waiting for the story mission, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm trying here like, wait, how can I not switch to R2? No, you can't, because he's waiting over there for the mission. It was like, yeah, it was stupid on me. And I didn't at first understand how this worked, how you like switch between these. I think, I don't know. I didn't really understand how you swap out like the characters here. Yeah, because you can see me put R2 there, but I wasn't able to switch to R2 because I still think he's stuck over there in the, yeah, I don't know. It gets a bit complicated on when you're in free play and not, but I guess you can probably go here in free play, because like normal levels you can just play story and free play like normal, but this is technically free play, or it is the hub part, so I don't know. I don't know exactly why I couldn't use R2 here, but I did understand that he was stuck in the story mission over there. There are stud multipliers, 2 times, 4 times, 6 times, 8 times, and 10 times. And they're like 1 million, 2 million, I think it's a 4, 8. The last one is like 384 million. So it's the second most expensive multiplier after the Galaxy Rave. So yeah, I wasted a bunch of time right here. And now I've got 10 minutes left of the PlayStation, and I haven't even gotten to Mos Eisley yet. Not sure, Boston Beast. Just feel free to ask again if I missed something. Yeah, so here's another side mission I found, but I think for some reason I couldn't do it. Yeah, at first this is pretty funny. Some characters you can't talk to, because as you can see, it's Wookiee language. But then if you grab C-3PO, he can actually talk to the Wookiee. But I think this was some type of special mission that I couldn't do. Let's see what it actually says. Wandering Wookiee, my passion for exploring takes me all over the galaxy, so when on your travels, be sure to keep an eye out for me. A trip to Tatooine will complete without wandering through the desert alone. Yeah, so I'm... A trip to... yeah, I don't know if this is like... I didn't quite understand what that was for, but again, more exploring, more characters. They make the world feel way more alive. Although I didn't fully understand what that Wookiee was doing that. Yeah, that might be true, Apple Tart, but that's why it's a little bit vague, because this part here is technically both part of the story and also not part of the story. But yeah. No, it's not called Slave 1 here, it's actually called Boba Fett's Starship. Because something that some people seem... It's not called Fire Spray, it is a Fire Spray ship, that's the model. So that's it's called... It is a Fire Spray ship model. But it's, in this game it's just called Boba Fett Starship. So I'm just gonna call it Slave 1. I hope so, Danger Cat. I'm so excited to jump into this game because I only had this 80-minute session and I made like a list of stuff in advance. Like, I need to scroll through all the upgrades so I can show you. I need to scroll through all the characters so I can show you. I need to find the capital ships so I can show you as much as possible. I need to find a Minikit so I can show you that. I need to find a Kyber brick so I can show you that. And here's another place that I think you need to use the Force to actually get into, and a bounty hunter to blow up that thing. So there's a lot of things I wanted to film, which meant that I didn't get as far in the story as I could have. But I will show you some Mos Eisley gameplay later, because my PlayStation is, I think it was like right about here. There's like literally 5 minutes left, and they're like, oh, 5 minutes left of the PlayStation, and I'm like, shit, I haven't even continued the story. So that's what I do here, and you, yeah, I guess I can show you this part here, at least when we find Obi-Wan. But once we get to Mos Eisley, I'm gonna switch over to Figgen's gameplay, another Swedish YouTuber. He sent over some gameplay because he played a little bit faster than I did. My name is, do you mean C3PO? I'm actually not sure. That's a good question. 200 people watching the stream. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't seen my 4 Lego Star Wars videos today, check them out. Here's some more combat action for you guys. Hello there, Max. What would you rate it at the moment if you can see past the honeymoon phase? I mean, it's hard, because like, I personally didn't see any issues really when I played the game. I mean, Lego games are Lego games, and I don't have too much complaints on the old games, other than some stuff like with the combat and some mechanics, but they've all improved that here. So I feel I can't sit here and say that this game is 10 out of 10, because I haven't seen the full game, I haven't seen the scope of it, but what I have seen have been definitely met my expectations and more, if I'm gonna be honest. So I can't rate it yet, to be completely honest, because I don't want to be like, oh, 10 out of 10 best game I've ever played, because I've only played it for 70 minutes. But all the things that they could have improved, it seems like they have improved, to be honest. I know this world is huge, right? I mean, this is all like, you can all just go and explore these areas and find Minikits, and there's just a lot of stuff to do you know if any other streamers, content creators encounter glitches? I haven't spoken to too many after the event, to be honest. And I didn't see much in the Discord chat either, so not what I know of. I don't know about character customization, to be completely honest.
Yes, I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father. Which reminds me.
How did my father die?
This is some great, like,
Your father's lightsaber. Now let's see if we can't figure out.
the cinematics are so improved from previous games. I really like them. There's like so much humor and stuff. Yeah, there's dialogue during the gameplay. That's like adds so much depth to it. Everything, I don't know, I think it's great. It's like they've improved the voice acting, and yeah. you know, I like to always be honest about games, so I will say that this seems to be improved in pretty much every way possible from the old games and have everything we want except maybe the Clone Wars, but that's not something we were promised in this game either, because it is the Skywalker Saga.
There's nothing for me here now. I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
Anyone you wish was in the game. Maybe a few Clone Wars characters like Cad Bane. I'm gonna switch over now to, because there's only like 2 minutes left of this gameplay. This is basically, you've seen exactly what I played now. But as you can see, I spent a lot of time trying to explore and yeah, took some time. But I'm gonna jump over to Figgen's gameplay here and show you a few things. First of all, this you've already seen this, but let's see. There's a few things before we head to Mos Eisley that I want to show. Okay, I haven't even seen this before. I must have missed this. Protocol droid throw. Let's see what that is. I can understand that case, that there were some more known Jedi from the movies that didn't make it, whereas like some like Mama the Hutt. But I also understand why they did Mama the Hutt, because they did Jabba the Hutt. So it's like the same model pretty much. Hold B to start aiming with a protocol droid part and throw. I haven't actually seen this. Is this a mission or just like some bonus stuff you can do to get up higher? It's kind of weird. Okay, I don't even know. Did you just throw like half? Okay, so you play as... Yeah, okay, that was a bit weird. But that's pretty cool that you can do that, though. And an extra that stood out. I mean, the Galaxy Rave seems like the big end game unlock, 500 million. Other than that, the upgrades seem to be more interesting because they affect the gameplay and stuff. But as for the extras, I think... I'm trying to remember all the ones we had. A lot of them were mostly effects, like TV effects, retro effects, pew pew effects. Make all the characters or all the civilians into gonk droids. That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, this one. Can you actually do this? And then get the Minikit? Let me see. Oh, you can. That's pretty cool. Because when they showed this in the preview gameplay, they said, oh, in order to do this, you gotta lift someone over with the Force. So they used Qui-Gon to lift over C-3PO there. But apparently you can throw half of C-3PO over there. That's another cool feature, to be honest. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there are any other extras. Baguette lightsabers seem pretty funny. Yeah, so there's some good stuff. And right now I think, yeah, he continues his story. So wait. When does he show the... Oh, wait. Is that the blue milk part? We forgot to check that. Actually, maybe... Wait, there it was. Okay, never mind. I don't think it was cereal, so never mind. Is it later that... Wait, I gotta check here. Oh, okay, I get it now. Wait, so let's... we already saw this part where he does the main mission. That's the same as I did. But then after he has picked... Yeah, we saw this. But after he gets Obi-Wan, he continues to... Like I said, you can really choose which order you do it in. So he went and did the free roaming with Obi-Wan instead of with Luke. But it's the same area. So I'll let this roll for a bit because he shows a few more extra missions, like the Gonk Droid protection mission and the speeder bike mission. So I'm gonna let this roll for a bit. Small character crawling doors. I actually didn't see any of those. And I'm not sure because there wasn't any class, as far as I know, that's called like small character either, and I didn't see any crawling doors. So I'm wondering if that's a feature they've removed. I'm not sure why they would do that. I thought that was a pretty neat feature. But when I think about it, I didn't see any unlockable characters. I mean, there is like small Anakin. You can unlock him. He's just not a separate class. But I didn't see any crawling stuff. Oh yeah, there's a lightsaber throw, by the way. Bertie, because I was at a press event last week where I got to play and see the game. I don't have full access to the game, but I got to play it a little bit early. I know, I could run around for hours. That's exactly what I did. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I was gonna get excited for a Lego game. You guys who have followed me for years, you know I've talked a little bit about Lego games. I barely covered it. I didn't care much about The Force Awakens. Appletard has asked me for years to play Lego games. First step was that a couple of months ago I actually started playing the complete saga and Clone Wars for real, and I did thoroughly enjoy it. Like to the point where like I looked forward to every stream and playing the game, and which also built up the hype for this game. And now seeing everything in this game and basically seeing it's like the complete saga but 5 times better mechanically, I genuinely am just so excited for this, because I mostly play competitive games. It's Dota, it's Battlefront, it's Counter-Strike. It's always not chill games. And I usually don't have the patience to play chill games. I get bored in a few hours. But this game, I am just so looking forward to just sitting down, playing for hours, exploring everything. I don't know. I'm so glad that I've gotten into Lego games. So yeah, here's another extra thing you can see. Like all of this is part of the open world that you can do at the same time as you do the story. And I think this particular one, you can get a medal, but I think if I remember correctly, he actually gets a silver medal the first time. And as you can see, I don't think he gets anything for that. Maybe a few studs. Yeah, 2,000 studs. But if you get under 50 seconds, you get the gold medal. You unlock a brand new character, Reese. So, yeah, another cool way to get a character. Is Palpy's red outfit with lightsaber playable? I think so. I'm gonna be honest, the entire 380 characters video, Zammb did all of the editing for that one. He put in a lot of hours to finding all the pictures and putting them into that video. So, I think so. I don't know. So there is a full character list, and I haven't even looked through the entire 380 characters. I know, shame on me. But yeah, Zammb did all the job with that video. Does each character still have unique death sound screech? I am not sure about that, to be completely honest. So yeah, right here you see gold medal, you get Reese. I mean, just you've seen all the different. This is all just on the Tatooine hub part. Kyber brick in cave, kyber brick in goal, kyber brick on ledge, kyber brick in those bins, kyber brick for the kyber brick in the Womp Rats, Gonk Droid mission, Speeder Bike mission, the secret cave where you needed the Force to unlock, the pod thing. There's just so much stuff you can do. Probably way more than that. I think the game feels finished, 100%. From what I've seen. Obviously, I played a small section of it. Here's the Gonk Droid mission, which is pretty neat. Basically, you get a weak way unlock for protecting Gonko. I also can't say too much, but I might have some other cool exclusive stuff soon. TM. Yeah, I can't say too much about it yet. But it has to do with Gonks, that's all I'll say. I'm excited for it. Any word on pod racing? No. I mean, I haven't seen any episode 1 footage, but I would be very surprised and disappointed if they don't have a pod racing mission in episode 1, to be honest. Are getting credits a grind? So, in terms of that, all I can give you for reference is the fact that I looked through the extras. They are between 100,000 to 1 million, most of them. And then the multipliers are like millions, and obviously a Galaxy Ray was 500 million. And I got, from the first mission, getting True Jedi and pretty much breaking everything on the first level. Like you saw me break almost every little part. I got 115,000 credits. So that's still quite a bit, and you can see him here, he has 94,000. That's by playing the first level a little bit quicker and doing some exploring. So it doesn't seem to be too slow. I guess you can get... I mean, I want to unlock all these fun extras and maybe some characters even. But I think for the sake of being efficient, I am gonna get at least 2 multipliers first. I know I could get a couple of characters and maybe 4 or 5 extras. But if I get the 2-time and 4-time multiplier, that's 8 times. That's gonna make everything so quick. So I'm gonna get 2-time and 4-time multiplier. That's gonna cost me 3 million studs, I think. I'm gonna get that, and then I'll start unlocking other stuff. There is supposed to be difficulty options. I actually didn't take a look at them, but they've obviously made that very clear from the beginning that there will be. Or not difficulty as in like making the enemies harder, I think, but more aiming help, not dying, like not falling down and dying, and some things like that. That's the kind of difficulty they've talked about. Were you hyped to play this as Battlefront 2 the first time? I mean, that's hard to compare. I don't think anything can ever beat Battlefront for me, but I was very hyped to play this game. And I am extremely hyped to give it a go now. Because there's so much that I haven't played, you know. For Battlefront we got to see like most of it, like with the events. We played for like 8 hours and saw all the maps and stuff, but now it's like I've just had a little taste for it. Do you know if you can hide the bar on the right? I'm not sure, because I can see the combo meter becoming annoying to people, but I honestly don't know. Oh yeah, you're right, there might actually have been a pod racing clip, so yeah, I think it's gonna be... do you think we will be able to enter Venators or Star Destroyers? I mean, Star Destroyers, yes, because I've already talked about in the capital ships things. In order to actually unlock the capital ships, you need to do a capital ship encounter, you need to take out the defenses, you need to board the ship, kill the boss, and then you get the ship. And I'm not sure if that... I don't think that includes maybe Venators, but obviously we know it's the Executor, the Steadfast, which is the First Order Star Destroyer, the Lucre Hulk battleship, Death Star, and the second Death Star. So right here, yep, you place the gong here, it unlocks the cave, and you unlock a weak way as a playable character. Do you think the new health system is too much for a LEGO game? I actually think it's simpler, because I never gave a crap about my health, if I'm gonna be honest. In the previous games, I always thought it was a bit annoying when you were sitting there at one little heart and you knew that one hit you would die. I personally just thought that was unnecessary for a game like LEGO, but here it's like you obviously regenerate your health, and I never cared. I never looked at my health. If I wanted to fight, I fight. I just went straight in. I never waited for my health to regenerate. But obviously the big change in terms of the health, I would say, are for the enemies. Damn, you could really throw that far. Holy crap. That was pretty cool. Yeah, so now he actually continues. You take the travel to Mos Eisley to continue the story, so you'll get to see that. What was I talking about? Health. Yeah, so it takes... Sometimes it feels like it takes almost a few too many shots to take out the enemies. So they might have gone overboard with that, but I didn't think it was annoying. It instead felt like you actually were rewarded for trying to play well. Plus, I also imagine that as soon as you start upgrading all of this Kyber brick stuff, you will do more damage, you will have extra abilities. So it actually makes sense that they have more health, because if you have all of these cool shock grenades, slams, force pull, force, whatever they were called, that would be completely pointless if everyone just dies from one hit anyways. So personally, I really like the health system, especially for the boss battle, which I haven't played myself, but just looking at the gameplay, it looks so much more fun, versatile, a lot of depth compared to the extremely simple boss battles of the old games. I have a video prepared that I'm probably gonna put out tomorrow because I put out so much today, where I compare the boss battle against Dooku with this is pretty cool. You mind trick him and then you walk over here and actually use the terminal. But yeah, I compare the complete Saga Dooku battle with the SKYWALKER Saga Dooku battle.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
I didn't explore any other planet, unfortunately. I only got to play on Tatooine and Tantive 4. I got to watch the preview gameplay that I'm gonna put on here soon, so you guys can see as well. But yeah.
I can't understand how we got past those troopers. I thought we were done for.
The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded. Now, let's make our way to that cantina. We need to find our pilot.
So yeah, I think now, as you can see, the most ice level is quite a bit shorter here than in the complete Saga. That particular one I remember, where you have to kind of walk through that. You need to kill a lot of enemies and do a lot of exploring, but here you go kind of straight for the cantina. So that's definitely something I thought was a bit shorter.
We should inquire about a pilot to take.
But again, it could be good and bad. It could make the game feel too short, but it could also be because they've squeezed in so many levels and locations that instead of having those fairly repetitive parts of the levels, they have taken that extra part of the extra part of going through the Tatooine, like the most isolated level, and put that on the hub worlds and exploring there, which I don't mind. Take that exploring out of the actual story levels and put it on the hub worlds. Because you gotta remember that just based on the levels, there's obviously going to be 50% more because we got an entire new trilogy in here as well. So I think it's pretty fair. ASAP Blockade, hello there.
Doesn't like you.
Hello to Connor Boy.
Stay out of his way.
I don't like it either.
I'll be careful then.
You'll be dead.
He's pissed off. Do you actually? I think you cut off his. No. I was trying to remember if there was like a cinematic where he cut off his hand or something. Is there not? Maybe there isn't. Alright, maybe you gotta take out both of them first. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh. A lot of great humor in this game.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
Yes, indeed.
I think the Han voice was maybe not 10 out of 10. Like the other ones, Luke and
What's the cargo?
Obi-Wan was pretty good. Han's isn't perfect, but I don't think it's a big issue.
Droids. No questions asked.
Okay, you guys got yourselves a ship. We'll leave as soon as you're ready. Docking Bay 94.
94.
And alright, Avatar. Look at those lightsaber marks on the wall, just like in Battlefront 2. What's that golden rod for? I'm not sure actually. Oh yeah, there's an extra you can unlock where this band basically plays the music 24/7 until you disable the extra. I wonder what you get from this guy.
You staying in the Dowager Queen Hotel? Doesn't look that secure to me. I certainly wouldn't put my valuables in there. But then again, I don't have anything of value.
What? Is that like a hint that there's a Kyber brick in the hotel or something? Sounds like it. Room unlocked. Dowager Downer. Yeah, I guess so, probably.
All right, let's go find this docking bay.
Excuse me, sir, but according to Otto, Docking Bay 94 is on the other side of this settlement.
Luke, make sure you are well prepared before we leave.
This is actually from the full game, but I got to play the game for 90 or 70 minutes last week at a press event, and yeah, so they said it was basically the final build.
Way to get in that Imperial checkpoint. They'd have to be aware of the patrol routes. That's a risky move.
I don't remember the mall gameplay, but I do remember the trailer that leaked. Or actually, I remember the gameplay. There was some gameplay that leaked, like on the night before the gameplay reveal. And I know the guy who accidentally leaked it, and he was completely destroyed the day after. He felt so bad. Hello to Deborah. So there is still a fair bit of exploring here, as you can see, but it's a bit smaller than the Mos Eisley of... The thing is, if you look at the map, I think I saw someone post a picture of the Mos Eisley map, and it's actually huge. So I think Mos Eisley here is probably as big as the complete saga, if not bigger. But as you can see, the story section that you like, it's very small. You don't have to go very far to get through the story, but if you want to walk around and unlock everything, you can do that. So they've really taken out this forced exploring and kind of made the story quicker and the exploring separate, if that makes sense.
What a piece of junk.
She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
Chewie, what is this? I told you to get her ready.
A late lunch.
We gotta be somewhere. Stop that ship! We gotta get this thing ready to fly. Now!
I think you can throw grenades with him or something. I don't know. At least there's like you saw this like an arc thing. Again, I didn't actually get to play as Han because I was too slow. So this is from Figgen, who played a little bit longer. I did play this. I'm not playing live. All this is pre-recorded. I played last week. I don't have access to the game right now, but yeah. There's a lot of gonk droids all over the place for various mechanics, which I think is fun. I definitely prefer. I mean, the models, all the models look way better in this game than the old ones. So yeah, once we watch this gameplay, I'm gonna put on the preview gameplay. I'll probably skip past the Tantive 4 part, because obviously you've seen that now. Oh yeah, the weathering effects are pretty cool. That it, like sand and stuff builds up on your character. I really like that. There's no demo for this game. I'm still not sure where people got that from. They've never said anything about a demo for this game. I don't think there's going to be a demo. I mean, the full game is releasing in like 2 weeks, so yeah. Demos for games are very rare these days. I think you can like pick up the Stormtrooper armor right here. I don't know if you need to... See if I don't remember exactly, because again, I didn't play this particular part. I was too slow. But yeah, as you can see, you find like the pants, the helmet, I think the body armor over there to become a full Stormtrooper. I don't really know if there is a Stormtrooper panel somewhere or why you picked that up. We'll see. How do you accidentally leak gameplay? Because some people are just unable to adhere to embargoes. It's whether you can't read, or if you click the wrong date on publishing, or you accidentally click public instead of like, I don't know. I've been through so many different leaks and embargo breaks throughout this entire YouTube career. Like basically every capture event I've ever been to, there's been a leak. I cannot recall any, or like the smaller events for like DLCs were usually fine, but every big launch event for like Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2, there was always a leak because people just are disrespectful and refuse to like follow embargoes. I think his PlayStation is about to be cut out before he actually gets to fly off with the Falcon, unfortunately, but I think it's a few minutes left of this. I think the deluxe edition seems worth it. It's a lot of characters for just an extra $10, and even the deluxe edition costs as much as most other games cost for the base version, so I think it's a good deal.
The Falcon ain't gonna fix herself. Be careful with that cockpit. Don't lose my dust. Are there always this many stormtroopers in Mos Eisley? I don't know. I usually try and avoid them.
This is pre-recorded from last week. I played the game last week. So the game is out in 2 weeks, and I had the chance to play the game last week. Yeah, so this part right here, I think you're basically supposed to just defend Chewie while he fixes the Falcon. I think, unfortunately, I think we don't get to see the full part here because the play session stopped like a minute or two from now. We'll see. Derek, they didn't talk about online co-op, and I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think it's gonna be like on Steam. On Steam, you can do that still because you can do the remote play together. But on the console, I think it's gonna be limited to having to play locally with someone. I personally think online co-op would be cool. But they've not been like super clear. They haven't specifically said there is no online co-op, I think. But looking at like all the release pages and store pages, it kind of seems like it's only local co-op, unless you play on Steam or something. I think the gameplay feels way smoother, barrel racer, smoother, more depth, more stuff to unlock and things like that. Can you spawn in land vehicles? I actually didn't try that. I think you can, I'm just not really sure when, and probably not in a story mission like this. They didn't talk about character creation at all, actually. Oh, I think you got like a hint on how to do that, I think. Yeah. Still looking for parts to fix the Falcon, I think. I think unfortunately the play session cuts short and a minute here, so we don't get to see this mission completed. So yeah, the mission is pretty much over here, but as you can see, it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of parts you gotta find to the Falcon. I think if you fix the turret now or something. Swanee, how's it going, man? No, I don't. There's no early copies for the game yet. I attended a capture and press event last week, so I got to play for like 70 minutes and watch like a 1-hour developer preview last week. So I don't know if there's going to be any early access to the game. This is all pre-recorded from last week when I played. But I'm not sure if there's going to be early access or not, to be honest. No, this is not publicly available yet. This is gameplay recorded by me and other YouTubers. It would be cool if I get early access. I would definitely stream it for you guys then. But I don't know if they do that for really any game. Like Battlefront didn't do that, or Fallen Order. I remember I used a VPN, and I don't know if LEGO games usually do that. Maybe I'll get like a press copy or something, but I would imagine that will probably just be when everything launches. That's probably why they had this. It's not a full review press thing because you only played for 70 minutes, but at least it was enough to get like some first impression. Did they contact you, or did you have to reach out? It was kind of like 50-50 because I didn't really have any connections at Warner Bros. So I tried reaching out first to some Nordic contacts that I had who were like, yeah, reach out to these guys. I never got a response, and then I DM'd one of the community managers on Twitter, and he was like, I'll send your info to the Nordic part, and I never heard anything from them either. So I was like, alright, they probably didn't get my info. But then like a week before the event, they did reach out. They like the Nordic marketing department, or it's actually like an external company. It's not Warner Bros themselves, but they're called MI5 Communications. So they reached out and were like, hey, do you want to join this event? So I guess they reached out, but it was probably because I reached out first, and that's probably how they got my information in the first place. I don't if oh yeah, there's the end of that gameplay. I'll put on the preview gameplay now. So I think if I wouldn't have reached out to them, I would probably not have gotten invited to the event, because to be honest, I don't think they were aware of my channel. So I'm glad. Yeah, it takes some effort. That's like how it was with EA initially as well. They didn't reach out to me. I was very interactive with them and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, I'm so grateful, because again, I had 0 connections at Warner Bros or TT Games. So I tried my best reaching out to them, and I'm happy they invited me. So yeah, this is, now you've seen my gameplay, Figgen's gameplay. Now I'm gonna show you the preview gameplay that everyone got. So the previous stuff was when I was playing. This is the gameplay that we were all handed, and we got to see a developer play through this. So I'm gonna skip all the first part, because now you've seen that like twice. So I'm gonna go straight to episode 3. Yeah, because that's the stuff I wasn't able to play. So if you have any questions, again, let me know, because I did chat with some developers or Warner Bros people over email, and obviously I heard a developer talk, so if there's something unclear, I might be able to answer that. Star Bazaar, how's it going?
Never thought I'd make it to retirement, but here
I like these cinematics are pretty much Lego movie quality, which I think is pretty cool. I think there's gonna be a space battle sequence for episode 3. All the parts from now that they show is very cut up. It's like, here's boom, here's episode 3, here's The Last Jedi, here's some free play in space. They cut it down shorter and shorter and shorter, because they don't want to make like a 3-hour video. So I can't verify if there's gonna be a space battle, but I think so, at least. But again, I'm not 100% sure. Oh yeah, you're right. It's actually one of the trailers. You're right about that. So it should be in the game.
R2, can you get us out of here?
I hope he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of droid humor. There's basically humor with all characters. I think it's pretty cool.
No way you're getting past us.
I don't remember. I think you're supposed to pull out that energy thing, and then it turns off. Yeah, exactly. I don't know about character customization. They didn't show that. Yeah, that's something they actually talked about, Danger Cat. They said that in the beginning, like, they've really tried to build all the interiors and everything out of Lego. Because I know in the old games it was like the Lego stuff you could destroy, but the rest of it was non-Lego. But here they've actually tried to make most stuff Lego. I think it might actually be the Clone Wars voice actors. At least I think it sounds like it, like you said.
Where to now, R2?
Don't cry, Jedi. We'll take good.
Is there like is there a bar fight hub aspect to the game like in the Complete Saga? That's something I thought about yesterday when I made some videos. I don't know. I don't actually know. I think I feel, I could be wrong, but I feel like they, instead of having one hub you always go back to and do everything, I think they've instead added a lot of hub places where you can unlock stuff, where you can, basically all planets have hub stuff. But the hub parts where you unlock things are instead in the menu, like unlocking characters, unlocking extras. You do that by just opening out the holo projector, as they call it, instead of having to go to a specific place to do that. And for instance, when you select the levels, you have those, you have that diorama thing. You select an episode instead of walking through a door. So I think that's great. I mean, upgrades, characters, stuff like that, you can unlock extras. You can unlock that in the menu. But then trying to get all the data cards, which you use for extras, basically the red bricks and things like that, are in the hub areas and the open world areas instead. So it seems like there's not going to be that one hub place where you do everything. That's how I interpret it. Oh yeah, they show the dropout feature here. That's how I think it's going to work out. There could be more hub stuff on these capital ships that you can unlock, but I feel like, yeah, it's definitely not going to be a cantina you're always in. Which some of you might miss that, especially those of you who have played more Lego games than me. But I would rather have it more versatile like here, where you unlock most of the stuff in the menu. And I don't know, I just felt like it gets unnecessarily repetitive by just constantly going back to the cantina. And this is like, if you compare straight up to the old games or the Complete Saga in particular, the boss battle is just vastly changed. It's very different because it's like there's a health bar and there's 3 waves, which are those white little icons you see. He has special attacks. You can attack him with normal attacks, lightsaber throw, throwing objects, quick time events, blocking. There's a lot of things you can do. It's not just hit him 7 times and then you're done, or 6 times. So the boss battles seem to be so much more fun here.
Your anger, there it is. Now use it. You'll pay for what you did to me. Good. Please attend to our esteemed guest.
Pre-order extra I have missed out on. I don't think you've missed out on anything. I think there's a pre-order extra for, what is it? It's like yeah, the pre-order, oh man, I can't. The pre-order extra is that you get the classic Obi-Wan, right? But then if you get the deluxe edition physically, you get the Obi-Wan, no, you get the blue milk. The physical deluxe edition, you get the blue milk Luke minifig instead.
What's the do with Dooku?
Yeah, the boss fight here takes about 4 to 5 minutes, excluding the cinematics, and the Complete Saga one takes about a minute only, so it's almost like 4 or 5 times longer. But one thing I do know that they cut down, that you will see after this, is the fact that this one goes straight to a cinematic that shows Grievous escaping and the ship landing on Coruscant. So in the Complete Saga you actually play and you don't fight Grievous, but you do fight the Magna Guards, right? And so that's a bit cut down here, the invisible hand level, where you'll see once you defeat Dooku, you're basically done here.
SKYWALKER, do you need me to lend you a hand? Getting up here?
No worries, Gerard. Enjoy your nap. I would say the deluxe edition is worth it, but that's something you can judge. Do you care about having all characters? Then yes. Do you not care about having all the characters? Then don't get the deluxe edition. At least it's not like Battlefront or something where you get like some cosmetic crap. Or I guess the deluxe edition actually unlocks some weapons and stuff. But here the deluxe edition actually includes a bunch of DLCs. And I mean, to be fair, they've said you can buy those separately, so if you're unsure, get the base version and then buy the DLCs later. It might be more expensive to do it that way, but I still think it's a better idea than spending money that you might not be sure. Yeah, Skywalker, need me to lend you a hand, Chad Dooku. Yeah, his intro text actually says, it's something in Orabesh. I think it says like a guy who never loses his head or something like that. Someone translated it out on Reddit. I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah. Tad Kennedy, how's it going? Yeah, here's the... Do it!
Do it.
So yeah, right here you'll see the Grievous cinematic basically, so it doesn't actually... You don't get to play this part. It's a really good cinematic though. Yeah, this is great. I actually don't know if all boss battles are introduced that way, but I would imagine so. I think it would be weird otherwise, considering like it seems like kind of a template that they can use for everything.
Strap yourselves in.
I don't know anything about the character customizer. They didn't talk anything about that at all.
To be my personal representative on the Jedi Council.
The council elects its own members. They'll never accept this.
I think they will. They need you.
Another happy landing.
More than you know.
I like how they made him really like smug here. Smug, I mean Palpatine. I think right here they show... Yeah, I like the voice. I think that's the Clone Wars voice actors, right? It's great. Oh, did they start The Last Jedi? I thought they unlocked the rank, or maybe that's later. But yeah, the cinematics here are really funny, especially the one after, you'll see, with Snoke. How much longer are you gonna stream? I don't know. How long do you guys want to see? The gameplay is about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And after that, I've showed all the gameplay, but I don't mind showing the same gameplay again and just talking more with you all. If you guys still have questions and still want to keep watching, I'll stream for a little bit more. Oh, never loses his head, that's what it says. Thank you, Grievous. I just talked about that. I have this particular part is released gameplay, but I have played the game. I showed that earlier in the stream. I played the game last week at a preview event. It seems like the flight controls have been vastly improved. It looks so much more fun to fly around like this. Basically like in Battlefront, kind of. Or Squadrons for that matter. I really don't like the flying in the old games. Oh really, Tad Kennedy? I hope you I hope you don't get hit too hard, man.
Almost everyone's joined the fleet. We're just waiting on the last few ships. Keep going, Poe. Get your squad back here so we can get out.
I don't know how much are Lego games moddable, Danger Cat. I'd imagine since this is a brand new engine, it's probably gonna take a while for someone to mod it, right? I think this is pretty neat as well. They basically force you into a first person section here. So it's not something you can freely choose, but it's just this particular part here. You get to play in first person. I agree, Immortal Soldier. I think so too. It looks way more fun. This actually looks like it could be enjoyable playing the flying parts. Favorite thing they updated for the game? Probably the combat overall. I don't know. And the boss battles. And now they also show the new proton torpedoes, which are greatly improved from those stupid ass proton torpedo stations in the old games. Basically, the ships with a purple glow behind them. If you kill those, you get proton torpedoes. As you can see, you get like one for each kill, I think. And then you can and the proton torpedoes also lock on way better. They actually have like most games a red like lock on thing, and you don't have to use them on the objectives. I mean, you can do it because they just want to, but you can also lock on to normal ships, which I know they show later in the gameplay with like the Slave 1 as well. No, I don't think you in that particular first person section they showed. I don't think you actually move the ship, but you just shoot. If there was, someone complained that some of the cinematics looked a bit off. This part looks fine, but the part where the bombs drop here in a second, it almost looked like an untextured part. I'm not sure if that's intentional. I know like the ships, Imperial and First Order ships, are very barren, but look at this right now, right here. That looks really weird to me. That looks like an textured part or something. This cinematic is great.
We have them tied on the end of a string.
The mighty Kylo Ren. Take that ridiculous thing off. You're just a child in a mask.
Prepare my ship.
A lot of great humor in this. Jenny Shine, how's it going? Yes, I showed split screen a little bit earlier. They showed that in the Revenge of the Sith part. Untextured textures. Yeah, that's not the... Oh, I think this is where they really... on Coruscant, where they show the Rancor.
Hello there. Don't be afraid.
All well, Jenny Shine, getting excited for this game. Will you have a video for all the ships? Maybe I should throw a video for all the ships together, since a lot of you are asking for that. Might be a good idea. I have one for capital ships and I have one for all the characters, but I don't have one for the ships yet. Rancor is pretty neat. Imagine going the free play, like, I wonder if you can choose all characters, like if you were to go on Tantive 4 free play, can you use a Rancor there, or is that gonna get stuck? I do have all the extras and Minikit ships recorded, yes. I actually have a video on the extras going over all of them, showing their cost. Maybe I should put out that today. I was like, I want to save some videos for tomorrow because I've already put out 4 today, but I do have the extra video ready to go, so I might publish it a little bit later tonight or something like that. about to make that Ranker Skywalker by going to XCOL. Yeah, this is the same gameplay as in the leaked footage. The leaked footage wasn't something that someone played, but that was the developer preview gameplay that they gave all of us. That guy decided to leak. It's basically like another one of these kyber brick puzzles that you can do. Seems to be a lot of these random puzzles and things all around the world, basically. Super Jedi player, I actually don't know if the Minikit ships will work like in The Force Awakens. I would guess so. I don't think it has online co-op, at least they haven't confirmed that. On PC you can just do Steam remote play, so it's basically like online co-op. But on console I'm not sure. They haven't really confirmed either way, which makes me think it's probably not going to be available. I don't know about custom characters, to be honest. They haven't talked anything about that as far as I know. How's force targeting? I played so little as the force characters, but the little I did play, I mean that was really short. The little I played, I thought was a lot better. But I honestly gotta, since I was a bit slow there to get to Obi-Wan with all the exploring, I can't judge it too much yet. So yeah, here's some free play. As you can see, that's pretty cool. You can basically travel to both planets. I think it's like planets within the same sector. You can switch character as well, like they just did, and ship. These kyber bricks are pretty OP. You get like 5 kyber, kyber comets. You get like 5 kyber bricks for destroying them. And then they show like a smuggler mission here. And something I noticed, you'll see it here soon in the actual gameplay, because this is also pretty cool. You gotta like manually do this. If you take a mission where you gotta do a smuggling mission to Hoth, then you gotta go into the menu and actually pick Hoth and fly over there. So it can really take you all over the galaxy. But once you get intercepted by some Imperials that you have to defeat, it seems like you get proton torpedoes like freely. I'm not sure if there's an upgrade or something, but you will see the Slave One actually firing some proton torpedoes despite not being at a proton torpedo objective place, or whatever you call it. You'll see here, I don't know how he gets the proton torpedoes here, because they don't have a purple glow after the ships, but as you'll see in a second here, I guess he maybe just gets one for every kill. Well, I don't know, the first one he killed, he got his proton torpedo, but not the second one, so I don't know. I don't really understand why he's... Yeah, there's another proton torpedo, because I don't see him picking them up as well, but you see how effective they are against ships, actually. It's great. But yeah, I'm not really sure how you get them, but they seem to be nice. I hope there's no bomb towing sections. I hated that in the old games. What criticism do you have? I don't know, it's so hard. Like, I'm always honest with you guys, you know that, but when I played through, it wasn't, maybe at first it's a little bit overwhelming, but with all the tutorial pop-ups they had, and it was very clear what everything did, but that was like the first 10 minutes. I was like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff to do. But you very quickly got used to it, so I don't know if that's a negative really. And I don't know, it's hard. Oh, now you'll see. Yeah, here's all the extras, but I've got some gameplay showing how much they actually cost. This one costs 500 million. It's the most expensive extra in the world, in the game. But yeah, I don't know what my negatives are at the moment, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Was anything underwhelming? Man, I don't know. I'm trying to like think. Obviously, I'm not gonna like force something, but I'm also not gonna, you know, like I have no reason to just talk good about this game. They're probably not even watching the stream or the videos. I can talk as much shit as I want, but to be honest, I really didn't experience a lot of issues with the game at all, or things that I didn't like. Maybe that some enemies take a little bit too long to kill in the beginning, so it gets a bit slow, but on the other hand, you don't have these unlimited waves of enemies either, so it wasn't a big problem in my opinion. Yeah, it's hard. No, it's the ship is actually called Boba Fett's starship, Immortal Soldier, because it's never called a fire spray ship. It is a fire spray ship, so they call it. I think it says Boba Fett's fire spray gunship, but the name is called Boba Fett's starship. So I'm just gonna call it Slave 1 because that's what everyone always called it, but it's not called the fire spray. It's a fire spray class ship, and I totally buy that. That's the model, fine. And then I'm gonna call it the slave. The Slave 1 is a fire spray gunship. Period. That's what it is. Yeah, I want this extra too. Just the problem that it costs 500 million. So yeah, I've showed you all the gameplay I've got now. The 3 clips here. And I could stream for a little bit more if you guys want to. We've got a lot of people watching. Anything in particular that I've shown or that you've missed that you want to see? Do you want to see the part where I play the game, or do you want to see the preview gameplay again? Show your gameplay. Oh, Roger, let's... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's not my gameplay. There's my gameplay. Is there a lot of replayability? I think there's gonna be more replayability than the old games. It will still be... Obviously, you gotta replay to get all the minikits in free play, because you can't do it without that. But since there's multiple paths, that's gonna make it a bit fun. Like, for instance... Like you saw here, there's two parts of the first level. That's where you have multiple choice. Use the water cannon to take out the fire, suck out the stormtroopers into space, or use the blaster cannon to kill them all, and you get a reward for doing one of them. Or when you use C-3PO to either take over a turret or activate the fire alarm to make them flee out, basically. So it's like. That adds some replayability, and also going all the hub worlds and stuff. So it's not going to be something where you play the level 10 times because you love it so much. Maybe some people do, but I think it's going to be where you play at least twice to get all the unlocks. But it's a little bit more than that. It's probably going to be more fun to replay the levels than in like the complete saga, but that's my guess. Yes, I could only play episode 4. I couldn't play any other levels. I wasn't able to play any dark side characters, unfortunately. I don't know about custom characters.
Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor. There'll be no escape for the princess this time.
Before we get to gameplay, we got a little plug here, guys. If you want to help out the channel, get some cool emojis in the chat, guys. Show the emojis and badges, both in the comment section and in the streams. Feel free to join the Senate, guys. Click the blue button below, click the link in the description or the link in the chat. I greatly appreciate it. It helps out the channel and streams a lot. And if we hit this goal over here, 75 senators, we will get a new emoji, and I'm gonna add a Lego emoji for sure. I might even add another one by removing an old one. I will see, because obviously there's gonna be a lot of Lego content. So yeah, exactly. You can use that Immortal Soldier. You can use that emoji when you get annoyed by my plugs. So yeah, I would really appreciate it if you guys want to join. Click that button below. And no, they haven't given me a code to play the game. I play this through a timed play session on their PCs through remote play. So I don't have access to the game right now. This is all recorded last week.
Prepare the escape pods.
I'm glad to hear. I would love to hear what's your honest opinions on the new thumbnails. Overall, it seems to be pretty positive. I saw some negatives out on Twitter where they thought it looked too childish / clickbaity, because it's very like bright colors and stuff. But I thought that fit for Lego Star Wars, so we might tweak the thumbnails a little bit for like Fallen Order and other Lego Star Wars games. But for Lego, I think it fits. But any honest feedback is very welcome. Are they too cluttered? Are they good? Did they want you to? Did they make you want to click the video more than my old thumbnails? Let me know. Wonder what the click-through rate has been on the videos. The videos are not getting a whole lot of views, unfortunately, but I think that's because I maybe uploaded too many at the same time. Yeah, it's a shame with copyright on copyright. Always, yeah, Star Wars music, unfortunately, is big issues. Even when I talked to them prior, I was like, so do we need to disable the music? Can you guarantee we won't get a claim? And they're like, we can't really guarantee it, but if you get a claim, we can try to sort it out. And knowing from experience, it's gonna take days or weeks to get that sorted. So I was like, I'll play it safe and do it without music, basically. Fine for Lego games, helps to distinguish from other content. Thumbnail is good. Stood out more than other videos. Okay, thank you for the feedback. Yeah, so I know the style works great for Lego, so I think we'll have to do a little bit of a revamp for other games, but I still want to have a constant style over, so it's not completely different between the videos. But I think it's, like you said, it's good to distinguish Lego from other games. Revier, this was the full game, but they said we could only play episode 4. I think everything else was locked. But also, I heard some people who got a longer play session, like 3 hours, they got to play all the way to the Death Star. So I think technically this was a really big chunk of the game, if not the whole game. Just that they limited the time we could play, which meant we couldn't get too far into the game. I don't know how those people got to play 2 or 3 hours and get all the way to the Death Star, but most people I know only got to play for like 60-70 minutes. So no, they're not going to do a demo. Like, I'm 99% sure there's not going to be a demo. The game is almost out, and demos honestly aren't a big thing in 2022. It was a bigger thing way back in the days, but I don't think they're going to do a demo. I'm like 99% sure. Oh really, Silsa? I didn't notice the videos due to the thumbnails. Do you think that's because you didn't like the thumbnails? Or because they're not what you're used to? Because that I understand, that I had different colors, different fonts, which meant that I've always had the same. So if you see those, you're like, oh, it's a video from Battlefront Updates. I recognize that. When you saw these thumbnails, you would never think it was from my channel. So, and that's fine, because that's just something people gotta get used to, and it's also good for attracting new viewers. But if it was just because the thumbnail overall was just not good, or then that's, you get my point. If it's just you didn't relate it with my channel, or you didn't relate it with the video, if that makes sense. I should have gone into the settings. I'm sorry. I tried to focus on everything. I went through the characters, the ships, the extras, the upgrades, and the rumors and everything like that. But unfortunately, I didn't go into the settings menu. I didn't think the game was challenging. That's not really the word I would use, because I thought like the combat is way more complicated, but it's still, you can just go in and smack them, as you can see. It's not like, yeah, you can do these combos and stuff, but like you basically can go in and spam click, and I didn't feel like I died a lot either. So it's not challenging as in you need to focus to do something. It's just what I want from a Lego game, basically. I don't know, at least I don't think any of you are expecting to get like a hard boss battle kind of experience from it. Alright, Silsa, I appreciate the feedback though, thank you. I haven't encountered any bugs or glitches. The only one I experienced was a pretty minor one that I showed it later. It's basically where Luke gets stuck behind a, like a, what's it called? Not a flare, whatever. The thing you light them on fire and you walk around with them. I don't know why I can't remember the word. A holder for that. I got stuck behind and I couldn't jump, attack, couldn't do anything. But all I had to do was switch character to the second character and switch back, and then it was fine. So it wasn't a major thing at all. If I would have gotten stuck to the point where I had to respawn and like replay the level, then it would have been bad. But I just swapped character and it was fine. That's the only bug I encountered during this play session. I didn't try mouse and keyboard because we were limited to playing remotely, so we connected to their PCs to play, and I didn't wanna, because we couldn't like tab out and stuff because we were locked into the desktop and stuff. So I didn't want to risk anything. They said controllers work the best for that. So yeah, I didn't want to screw up the little time I had, so I stuck with a controller only. I'm actually not sure. I've seen other people point that out as well, that on the episode selection there's like some extra thing. I think that might be when you've completed all 9 levels. I don't really know what it is, but we'll see. Was it too easy? It depends on what you mean with too easy. I mean, I'll say that I didn't think it was challenging at all. There were some puzzles you had to think a little bit for. That was like, well, and like you had to think a little bit, but it wasn't something you got stuck on. But for the combat, I barely died. I died less here than in the old games. But on the other hand, all you got from dying in the old games was you lost some studs that you could just pick back up. So I don't know. That's all personal preference. If you think dying almost nothing is too easy, then maybe this game is too easy. But I like this. I like this little secret area that I found here, by the way. But I don't mind, because I thought the dying was mostly annoying in the old games with having the hearts and stuff. So yeah. Do you have to get True Jedi for story mode and free play? I actually don't know, but I think it's probably just for story. I think it would be weird if you have to do it in free play as well. I got True Jedi here on my first playthrough because I just took a lot of time to smack everything. I think the lightsaber and force combat seems to be great. Again, I didn't play too much with lightsabers, just a few minutes. I mean, yes, the enemies were a bit like bullet sponges. I mean, they didn't take 15 shots to kill, but they could take upwards to 5, if not more. So I guess bullet sponge is a a fair word to use. But you can also take them out pretty quickly if you use some combos or shoot them in the head or things like that. So it wasn't bad, but I think maybe the health could have been 20% less, 30% less. So it took 3 or 4 hits instead of 5, 6, 7 hits. But I do think that's something you will be able to improve pretty quickly by using upgrades with the Kyber bricks. What do the secret hidden white things unlock if you find them all? Do you mean the Minikits? The like the Minikits from the same as in the old games, or which ones do you mean? Yeah, the pause screen is pretty good. Like again, they've kind of moved the hub section out from being a physical location to having that in the menu. So you can see all your characters, you can unlock characters, extras, upgrades by just going into your holo projector instead of having to go to a hub, which I think is great. I mean, going to a hub over and over could be fun, but I like that they have multiple hubs instead. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you mean the Minikits. Yeah, Swanee, those, if you get 5, there's 5 of those on each level. If you get them all 5, you get a microchip. I'm not too experienced with that, but some people earlier in the chat said that those were available in the Force Awakens game, and they're basically like a small version of the ship, so you can spawn them in on the ground, and then you can like fly around on them like a scooter or something. So I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do here as well. Yeah, those microchips. Yeah, I don't think there's an extra that allows you to kill people quicker, but that's been moved to the upgrades. The extras are mostly fun effects, changes to characters like gonk droids and music, video effects and stuff like that. But the ones that are more directly gameplay altering, they've moved over to the upgrade section instead, like increased damage, increased explosives, charged up shots, better lightsabers. That's all in the upgrade section instead. Yeah, it's only 5 at the Pitsy. That's something I thought of, having a little bit less. I would have preferred to have 10 Minikits, but since the levels are a little bit shorter, that's probably why. Or honestly, mainly it's probably because of the Kyber bricks, because the golden bricks weren't really something you collected, but you got them by getting the Minikits. But here there's like there's Kyber bricks everywhere. Kyber bricks when you complete levels, Kyber bricks in space, Kyber bricks for challenges, missions, through Jedi. So I think that's why they've done less Minikits and way more Kyber bricks instead. But yes, they could have squeezed in 10 Minikits for sure. But I guess maybe some levels it felt like there was too crowded to get 10, so they decided to go 5 and have that on all levels. That's my guess. How many times did you fall off a ledge? Not a single time, Matthew, because I don't think you can on Tantive 4, and I also, yeah, luckily there wasn't any place where I could fall off ledges. Otherwise I would have. I don't know about the character customization. I've barely heard anything about it, and they didn't talk or show anything about the character customization in the preview gameplay at all. You can own capital ships. The Death Star, the second Death Star, the Executor, the Steadfast, and the Trade Federation Lucrehulk ship. Those 5 capital ships can all be unlocked and owned. It's a bit strange that, I mean, it's because they're part of the capital ship encounters, so those will like come out and attack you randomly, and you have to defeat them and board them, and then defeat the boss on board. So for that very reason, I understand it, but I think they could have had some other way to unlock like Venators, or yeah, I don't know. I expected them to have at least 1 ship per faction. That would have made sense. Maybe 10 ships in total, or 6 ships, but now it's instead 3 Imperial ships, 1 Separatist ship, and 1 First Order ship. So that balance is a little bit off, in my opinion. Yeah, imagine being randomly attacked by the Death Star. I think that's gonna probably look a bit cool, a bit like Rogue One, where the Death Star just appears, because we've seen like a few seconds of a encounter with the Steadfast. I made a video on that as well if you're interested. But I guess basically this is gonna go boom, here's a Death Star, and if you fly close to it, you'll be engaged in one of those encounters. That's my guess. You can play 2 players, yes. We couldn't try it out here because it was like this remote play, virtual or thingy, blah blah. I don't think they could have set up us to play co-op since we didn't actually have the game on our PCs. But yeah, you can do it in the full game. Can Han Solo do the dive 3-shot combo? I don't think so. At least I didn't see that in any of the gameplay. Again, I was too slow, so I didn't get to Han Solo. But I didn't see anything like that. Yeah, it is a little bit strange that they saved some of the major Clone Wars characters. It makes me hopeful that they'll do a Clone Wars DLC. I really hope so. Because like you said, they have Mama the Hutt and stuff, but they don't have Cad Bane, they don't have Ahsoka, or we have the Mandalorian Ahsoka in the DLC, but we don't have Clone Wars Ahsoka, Rex. So I would hope that they will, because these first DLC packs are probably already done, to be honest, because they're releasing now in April to May, and I think by May 4th we will already have all the DLC packs. So I think it would make a lot of sense if they do a fully fledged Clone Wars DLC, to be honest. I think so, the Pizzi, or I actually don't think they will do DLC characters and maps depending on what they get. I think they've probably already made that decision. If they are doing that, the majority of the team has probably already shifted over to that, because that's like the thing. The last month or 2 or 3 or 4 months, it's mostly polishing QA, so 80% of the development team, like the people who build the levels, who build the characters, they don't really have anything to do, so they will either move over to a completely separate project, or be laid off, or already work on the DLC. So if they are doing more DLC than what we already know, they've probably already started working on that, because that's like, you can't really take that decision after the game is out. You have to decide before the game is out, for the planning wise. Alright, Dapizzi. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I appreciate it, and thank you very much for the super chat as well, and for supporting the channel. I'll see you around. I'll probably try to stream a little bit more this week. We'll see if I show off more Lego Star Wars content, or I mean Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga content, or if we keep playing the complete saga. Because I feel like by tomorrow or the Wednesday, most people will have seen all this gameplay, so I might just play complete saga, but talk about Skywalker Saga or something like that. Have you guys seen all my videos yet? I've got plenty to watch. The click-through rate was not really that good on that last video. Interesting. Clouded Force Lord. I'm probably gonna stream for another like 30 minutes or so before I wrap it up. Depending on how much more questions you guys have. I'm very excited to just jump straight into this and play myself. Do you think they will continuously patch the inevitable bugs or just leave the game? I think they're gonna like at least have like one big patch to smoothen out the bugs. Since it's not really a multiplayer game, I would imagine that most major bugs will be found within like probably a month or a few weeks, and then they can do a big patch to fix that, basically. At least that's my guess. Yeah, it's a pretty big game, and they put a lot of effort into it, so I definitely don't think it's the kind of release and forget game. I haven't seen any comparisons. I've only seen PC gameplay, or we got to see PC gameplay. So I can't speak for console performance yet. Daniel, how's it going? Glad you liked it. I don't think there will be any microtransactions at all. It's just gonna be the character DLCs, the character packs, or whatever they call them. Because I don't know what else there could be microtransactions for. I haven't played any dark side characters, unfortunately. Don't you think Leia walks weird? I don't know. Not really something I thought of. I mean, she probably walks like I'd expect the Lego character to do. Frankie, how's it going? No, the game isn't out yet. I had a chance to play it yesterday. No, not yesterday. Last week. About last Tuesday. At a preview event. I got to play it for about 70 minutes. And watch some developer gameplay as well. But the game isn't out yet. I think the character roster is pretty fine, Daniel. I mean, yes, there are Clone Wars characters missing, and I would have liked to see them. But considering the 9 movie focus, I am pretty happy with the roster. It's still like 380 characters, and I think that hopefully leaves room for a potential Clone Wars DLC down the line. So yes, ideally, I would have liked to see like Cad Bane and maybe Ahsoka and a few more Clone Wars characters, but I think I am very happy with this. Yes, this is pre-recorded, Frankie. I'm not playing live. I thought the aiming felt good. It was very simple. I think again they've talked about how you can activate this like free aim or I mean not free aim, lock on or homing shots and like all these things to make the game easier. So, but I'm just playing with the default settings here, so like you've gotta aim freely. And I thought it was pretty easy. I mean, sure I play with a controller, but I know I talked about playing with a mouse and keyboard, and the main reason to why I didn't do that was because technical stuff. We played remotely through a third-party program, so if I were to switch from mouse and keyboard to controller, I might have glitched out some things. Otherwise I would have tried it. So I'll probably try it out once the game is out, but I really like playing up with a controller. It's a nice change of pace for me, and sure, I'd probably be able to aim better with a mouse, but do I really need to do that in a Lego game? I'm not sure. I'll try, but I'm probably gonna play with a controller. And right here you can see me get True Jedi, by the way. I don't think there's the classic difficult levels. I don't really have any new information here from my play session, but it's all based off the stuff they talked about before, which has been yeah, they had this list of options. I think it was like maybe the enemies having less health, and you would like instantly teleport if you fall off a ledge. Aiming is made easier. Some things like that. So I think you can take the base experience and make it really, really easy if you want to. If you have a disability, or maybe it's a kid playing, or if you just want to make it really easy. They have a lot of like accessibility options, but they don't have like hard, medium, easy. And I don't think you can make the game harder than what we played. So it's not really made to be hard, I think. I would have thought that was fun. I mean, that's not really what Lego games are. But if they added an option where it's like try hard mode. Play the entire level without dying once with very little health. I know it's not what typically LEGO games do, but I wouldn't have minded that at all as an extra challenge. I think you have to aim with the sight. I don't think you can just freely shoot like you could in the old games, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know much about character creation in this game or any other game. Because, you know, I played through the entire Complete Saga, Clone Wars, and I'm up almost 100% now on the Complete Saga, but I haven't really touched the character creator, because I don't really care too much about that. I'm assuming you just make your own character, whether it's a Jedi or a normal character, but I personally really don't care about that feature. I hope it's gonna be in the game, because it's obviously something a lot of people are hoping for. But for me, I really don't care about the character creation. Might be just because I haven't used that badly in the old games, but I hope for your sake that it's going to be in the game. I am just worried that since they haven't mentioned it, they didn't show it in the developer gameplay, and yeah, that's why I'm like, maybe it's not in the game. I wonder if players are going to make this game into a speedrun game. I think so. That's something I talked a little bit about earlier in the stream. They've kind of made this game so you can speedrun it. They've moved a lot of the exploration and like minikit stuff, or not minikits, but minigames, out from the main levels and put that in the open world hub sections. So, for instance, like the Mos Eisley level goes a lot faster than in the Complete Saga, but you can run around in Mos Eisley and do a crap ton of Kyber Brick unlocks, minigames, challenges, missions. But you're not like forced to go past them when you play the story, so the story is a lot quicker, but instead you have more to explore on the sides. So yes, if you want to speedrun, you can definitely do that pretty quickly. And I think that's why people were worried, like, oh wait, it's only, was it 45 minutes per mission, and it's 45 missions? No wait, it said, no, 15 minutes per mission, right? And 45 missions, so that's like 15 hours, or whatever they said, 14 hours. I mean, I played 30 minutes on the first level because I wanted to explore everything. But I know you do it in 15 if you just plowed straight through, and probably 10 or 5 minutes if you went full out speedrun. So I think with the amount of levels plus all the hub world exploring, it's gonna take a while. For me, it's probably gonna take 25 hours minimum to just complete the story, because I will try to do all the extra challenges and like fun stuff on the side. I'm not just gonna go straight through the story.
Escape pods. I'm going to regret it.
There's the 5 capital ships you can unlock is Death Star, Second Death Star, Executor, Steadfast, and Lucre Hulk Separatist battleship. I don't know about. Yeah, again, it's weird how it's only the dark side ships, but those are the 5 you can unlock. I'm not sure if the Venator and like Republic, I mean, what's it called? Not Republic, Resistance or New Republic ships are gonna be available as capital ships in like story or something, but it's only those 5 ships you can unlock. If you died, you have to start over. I don't think so. No, I mean, I don't think I ever actually died in the story level. I only died in the open world, but I think you basically just respawn like always. LEGO games are very forgiving. You lose a little bit of studs, that's about it. Yeah, Daniel, it's a bit of a combination. Like when you play the level, when you finish this level, for instance, you will see this like level characters unlocked. It'll be like R2, C-3PO, Captain Antilles, Leia, maybe something else. I think there's like 5 characters you get from the first level, and then some you can just go into the menu and buy for studs, and others you'll get from challenges. You will see, yeah, I showed that in the video as well, where I did like a Gonk Droid protection mission. You got a Weequay unlock, and then a speeder bike like challenge to get a gold medal. You get Reese unlocked from that. So So yeah, it's a mix of... it's pretty similar to how you unlocked stuff in the old games, I think. But I think they might have done it a little bit more based on challenges as well, which I think is fun. Yeah, I really like... I know some people might not agree with that, but I like that they've made R2 and C-3PO, or droids in general, able to fight really well. Because I thought they were so boring to use in old games. Sure, they had their function of opening up terminals, and also R2 could like fly over. But that was about it. They were really pointless to use in combat, and sure, that's more realistic to how they were in the movies. But out of a fun perspective, they are 10 times more fun to play here than they were in the complete saga. Yeah, I took a while for me to figure this one out, because I thought the UI was a little bit unclear. Because you gotta like move a level and then move that thing, so I didn't understand what I was doing at first. But then I was like, oh wait, you move in a level and then you move this thing. So it's like, yeah, I look pretty dumb trying to solve this right here, but yeah. I can't... Sakari, I'm not playing the game live right now, so I can't go to Exegol, unfortunately. This is recorded from when I played last week. Oh, they could, Daniel? I didn't actually know that. Another feature that I think is new is that droids are actually neutral, so the enemies won't attack you if you're a droid unless you attack them. I forgot to say that in the video, but that's something the developer said. Yeah, I hope this game sells well. I think the developers deserve that, and I hope it gets so popular that they might do like a Clone Wars DLC. I don't think they're gonna do any more Lego Star Wars games for the foreseeable future, because I feel like it took so long to make this one, and I'm not really sure what they would base it off. I mean, they could do like Book of Boba Fett, Mando, and then maybe Ahsoka and the Obi-Wan series, or even some Clone Wars stuff, but I think it would make more sense, to me at least, if they did those as expansions to this game. It would probably be easier for them to make, and yeah. Oh, maybe that's... okay, I'm sorry, Apple Tart. They mentioned it like it was a new thing, but maybe it wasn't. I think some of the voice actors are the official... like, some of them are obviously not like the real ones, but it sounds like, for instance, Obi-Wan and Anakin are the Clone Wars voice actors, which I think is really cool. I don't know if they switched to Unreal Engine. I think they did switch to a new engine for this game, but I thought they built their own Lego engine. I didn't know if it was Unreal Engine. I wasn't able to play with mouse and keyboard because we played through a remote play game, program basically, which allowed us to connect to. We've already seen this stuff, so I'm gonna go forward a little bit until I start playing again here. Yeah, so they said there might be some issues if we switch to keyboard and mouse in the middle of the play session, so that's why I stayed with just controller. I don't know, King Cherna. Samuel, Mumble mode is the one extra that everyone gets from the start. Probably because you want people to be able to get that experience. So if you go into the extra menu, everything costs studs except the Mumble mode. That one's unlocked by default for everyone. Probably because, yeah, they want everyone to be able to experience that. That could very well be true, Daniel. That's... yeah. Yeah, there seems to be a blank one in between episode 9 and episode 1. I'm wondering if that's something you might unlock once you've completed all 9 episodes, but I'm not 100% sure. There's a gong droid. I still don't really know what you're supposed to do here. I did get them to that oil bath thingy, but I don't know. Yeah, it's only 5 capital ships you can own. I don't know if that's much too little or good, because like I don't think have you been able to own capital ships in previous games? I think I will like this better than the Complete Saga. I can guarantee you I will. I really like the Complete Saga, and you know how much fun I've had playing through that game the last few months. But this game just adds more depth, better mechanics to pretty much everything, more to unlock, more gameplay progression, which I really like with the upgrades. It's basically 0 gameplay progression in the Complete Saga, other than like unlocking a bounty hunter and a few extras, I guess. But here it's actual progression with the upgrades and Kyber bricks, so I can guarantee you that I will like this more than the Complete Saga. I'm not playing the Complete Saga tonight. I am gonna wrap up the stream pretty soon. I've put out like 4 videos and done a stream, so I'm pretty happy with today. I've got 2 more videos ready to go, which I'll see if one of them goes live today. Depends. I might let the videos I've already done work a little bit. And then we'll see. I might have one more secret soon TM video / stream probably. Which might be, actually that might be next week, I think. But yeah, it'll be fun. I think you guys will enjoy it. Hopefully I will enjoy it. But yeah, I can't say too much about it right now. But I'm probably gonna do some Complete Saga streams this week, where I can just answer Skywalker Saga questions at the same time. I will probably play with voice acting mode, because I thought the voice acting was pretty good. Especially, I mean, obviously, they have so many great lines and so much humor that you can't get across the same way with mumble mode. So I'm probably going to play with voices on. But yeah, guys, I think we have seen most of this gameplay now. I'm gonna wrap up the stream here in a second. If you guys enjoyed all the content today, or the stream, or videos, feel free, if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button below if you aren't already subscribed, or join the Senate. Click that blue button below. You help out the channel a lot. You get some exclusive stuff such as badges, community posts, emojis and stuff like that. So yeah, I would greatly appreciate it. And also, make sure to watch my videos and drop some comments if there's any mechanics you want me to make dedicated videos on. I do have one on boss battles and one on extras that I will publish tomorrow or later tonight. Probably tomorrow, considering I've got so many right now. We'll see. I actually don't know how much it's going to change from the Force Awakens levels. I barely played the Force Awakens game, to be honest, but we'll see. I don't really... Lego game based on a new Lightyear movie. I don't know. I gotta say, my Lego game knowledge / news, yeah, it's a bit limited to only Lego Star Wars, if I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I will see you all around with more content very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.
Ever hear the tragedy of Darth Vader's wife? No, I thought not. I thought not. Ever hear the tragedy of Master Windu? No, I thought not. I thought not. Do it. Do it.